Hello, hello. I am a minute late, which is because for some reason Streamlabs was not connected to my Twitch account, which I guess kind of makes sense with all of the Twitch stuff going on. But hi, Jen. How are you doing? We're gonna make a bunch of different dice today, like just a bunch of like random 1-off and 2-off dice. But I'll go through all of that. Let me set this off to the side for now. I have all my notes of what I'm making, but I think I have things laid out so that I know what I'm making. So I'll go through that. If I don't knock everything over. I have my UV resin stuff out for one of them. Off work. Had so much spaghetti. Spaghetti. What made the spaghetti super good? I mean, spaghetti is super good, but this sounds like it was extra good spaghetti. So I'm curious. So let's see. First up, so I'm still working on some of the Christmas dice. Getting the last few done. I've tried a couple of times now to do like green sort of peachy-ish dice. I don't know if I like them though. I don't know if I like either of these. Like this one, this was the original one I did, and has glitter in there. Let's see if it'll find it. Come on, you can find it, camera. But anyways, like it ended up with a whole bunch of white at the top, so I don't know. It is very minty, isn't it? Maybe it is kind of a wintergreen kind of mint. I made those, and I don't know if I liked them or not, or if they just kind of matched or not. So I made this with some multichrome flakes and some mica powder, and it ended up quite a bit darker, which I don't know if I want to do green or not. I want to make something. I want to make a D20 that could be used outside of Christmas, if that makes sense. Like some of the dice in here are definitely kind of winter Christmas themed. And some of them I want to be a little bit more, not neutral, but a little bit more, I guess neutral is a word. Not like neutral colored, but neutral in theme, so that they could be used in different sets. And so I was debating doing, let's see, what do I have for the other? I have a snow globe D20, and then I'm going to have D20s that have little stockings. Oh no! That have little stockings in them that I made. And so those both are very like winter and Christmas themed. And so I wanted to do something that maybe was a little bit, could be added to a different color palette and that sort of thing. And since those are red and the other ones are white, I was thinking maybe green. I don't know. What do you think on those? But I need to do 2 D20s one way or another for the Christmas themed ones. And I could do maybe like red and green. Do like a red and green mica swirl. That could be cool. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I want to go with green or not. Because I do like how this looks. I just don't know if it matches or not. Maybe it does. Maybe I could go with this. I don't know. The multichrome just ends up looking rather dark, but I do like multichrome. It's very pretty. Okay, so there's those D20s. I think I should have enough resin for all the things I want to do today. We'll find out. But so there's those. Set these back off to the side. I'm just going to go down the line here. The next thing I'm going to do is commission D20, and I'm basically just doing them like this set of fate dice that I did previously. So, they look very purple, but they're just kind of rainbowy. They've got lots of different colors in there. They do kind of, these ones do kind of tend towards the pinks and purples, but the idea is to get lots of colors. For those watching the VOD, spaghetti supremacy. I mean, spaghetti's good. I had pasta for dinner too, actually, although I had a Alfredo stuff. But yeah, so I'm going to do a D20. trying to do basically the exact same thing as this. I've got my inks over here for that. I'm going to redo the, I tried making some like hot cocoa sort of dice the other day, and I just they didn't turn out right. Let's see if I have, yeah, here it is. It ended up like red. It ended up like a purple red wineish color. Yeah, you can see on the camera there that it did not end up brown. Ooh, they're gonna be spendy. My thought at the moment is that they're gonna be about $2.50 for the advent calendar, because it's 3 full sets of dice plus a little bonus something, and then I got wood little wood advent calendars. They're very cute. I think I'm gonna stain them. So that's what I'm thinking is around $2.50, just because of all the dice that are going into them. But yeah, well, I'm kind of experimenting this year to see how it goes. Hi, Drebo. I've been lurking. I haven't even been live for 10 minutes. I'm going through all of the different dice that I'm making tonight, because I'm making all sorts of random ones. But we're gonna try remaking the kind of coffee ones with the swirl in it. And I'm gonna try mixing orange and blue this time instead of orange and purple, because it ended up way too red. So we'll see if that works. I don't know why I'm like out of breath tonight. Oh, it's weird. Next up, I'm gonna be using the same brown again, but I'm gonna mix it with some white. Cinnamon bark instead of hot chocolate. To be fair, that's not a bad idea. I do still think though that this color's wrong. Like, it ended up like a wine color almost. It's very purpley. So it's in my bin of random dice. That might be fun to go through on stream sometime. Just go through and see what all's in here. This is all sorts of oh, thanks. Yeah, I do think it's kind of pretty, but it definitely wasn't what I was going for. There's all sorts of random dice in here. Some of them prettier than others. I think this is my ugliest die. Yeah, my plan is to have the advent calendars in the shop at the beginning of November. So next restock. Yeah, next restock. So that I can have them shipped out before December. Yeah. Yeah. I know. I had to think about it. It's like, oh, they need to be available before December so they can get to the people before December starts. It is nice to know that people are. I know. Yeah, I know. Didn't think about it, but it is good to know that people are interested in them though, because I've had a couple people say that they're interested. Hopefully they do not disappear. Uh-oh, I just what's the word? Rained on your parade. Cause yeah, I've had a couple people say that they're interested in them. Hey Crestic, what's up? Not much is up. I'm making dice, which is same old. We're gonna do a couple of D6s. They're gonna use the brown. Oh, this month is extremely spendy. Fair. Like I was saying though, Jen, like if these do well and like there is a continued interest in them, I might try to do like pre-orders next year a lot earlier and make more advent calendars if it's something that people are interested in. I just started fairly late this year for them. I mean, yeah, I started fairly late this year for them. But you know, if people are interested, you know, next year. This is kind of a test run since I started so late. Next thing, I have these D10s that I half poured. I can't really see in there. Well, it's black and it has some gold glitter, and the other half's just going to be gold. Just some gold. Let's see here. Oh, I should show you all of the. I went and poured some more Galaxy dice the other night, and I bring this up. Just a second. Let's see if I can get this so that they can be all pretty so you can see them. Some of them are shinier than others. Will it focus? There we go. You can kind of see the galaxy dice there. They're not quite in focus, but you get the gist. I poured a bunch the other night, and I had 3 of them, so a D2, a D6, and a D8, which just ended up with like a bunch of bubbles on one side. Let's see if it'll focus. Yeah, you can see the bubbles there. So once I sand that, it'd get a little pockmarked. And since it's 3 of them and I know the design, I'm just gonna remake these 3 so I can have 4 full sets. And since it doesn't really matter if they're exactly the same, like I tried pouring these different ways. They're all dirty pours with the same colors, but I put them into the cup. So dirty pour is where you put all the colors into one cup and then you pour that into the mold. And I tried putting the colors into the cup in different orders. So this one, I believe I put the main colors here are like a shimmery pink, a blue, dark blue, and a black. And I think for this one I put the shimmery pink, then the blue, and then the black. And so the side that was down in the mold got the black first because it was on top. So this one ended up like mostly black with some of the blue and the pink down near where it was poured. As opposed to, I don't know which one of these it was. Actually, it might not have been, I think this one. This one I put the black down first and then the pink and then the blue. And so the pink was on top and it ended up in there first. So you ended up with a lot of that shimmer there. And I think that's the direction I want to go. I think I want to do black and then blue and then the pink. Because it ends up with a lot more of that shimmer in there. But quite honestly, it's kind of fun doing a bunch of different ways. Because then you end up with a bunch of different kind of spacey designs that are all the same colors and everything. And so then you can mix and match them. And you end up with like extra spacey sets because they aren't all exactly the same, and I feel like that's kind of fun. So you could have, let's see here, let's find, so like, here's the D12 from the one that ended up with the mostly the glitter, most of the stars, and then so then pair that with like one of the super shimmery D20s. Like I don't know, it's just kind of fun maybe to mix and match them a bit, but. Anyways, that's besides the point. I need to remake a D8, a D6, and a D2 because these ones ended up with lots of room there. Yep. But I need to remake those 3 because they ended up with some bubbles on the top that I don't really want. So. Oh, okay. Got those. Got a couple more things for the Christmas dice. I made these yesterday. And I'm happy with these. I think they turned out cute. I made these out of polymer clay. Yesterday I made little stockings. I made little tiny stockings out of polymer clay. And I'm going to put them into, these are my blanks molds. So the molds that have no numbers on them and then they fit inside of my regular molds. Those won't fit, they're way too small. Do you mean too big? But I'm gonna put them into my blanks mold here. Oh, for your feet. They'll maybe keep a pinky warm, maybe. They're for your pet hamster or pet rat, some sort of small rodent. But I'm gonna put these into the blank D20 mold. And that's because I've noticed recently with the polymer clay, if I have it against the outside of the die, it will kind of wear off a little bit while I'm polishing them, and it can discolor a little bit. So I'm going to put those into my blank molds here, and we'll cast them in these at least partially. Yeah, we'll cast them in these first, and then we'll put those into the D20s. I think that will preserve the polymer clay the best. Oh, my ear just went all weird. Alright, so we're going to do those. And then in a similar vein to that, I have some blank D12s here, because we're gonna do some little holly. Yes, the clay does sink to the bottom. It's not like super heavy compared to the resin, but it is heavy enough that it's denser than the resin, so it does sink to the bottom. And so it does end up usually against the side of the mold. And I tend to not over polish, but I put my things in the polisher for a couple weeks, and so it wears off the outside layer of the resin just a little bit, and it just ends up getting worn away a little bit. So for some of the smaller things, I'll sometimes coat them in UV resin and put those in, or if I'm doing like things that I'm going to have against the sides and I know would be a problem for sanding, I'll use a little bit of UV resin on them, just so there's a protective layer. And I am actually going to be using UV resin with these because I think I want to attach them all together. I want to do like little bundles of the berries. Attach like 3 of the berries together and then maybe attach them to the leaves. I don't know if I'll attach them to the leaves or not. And then put those in there. I haven't actually tested to see if these leaves will fit in here. Will these fit in here? I think if I get them at just the right angle, I guess it's not too big of a deal. Could a flat slice of clear resin be made to prop up? Yeah, that would work. That would work. I know there's lots of people that do things like in layers. I don't know if you're saying like a little stick of resin that you then use to like make things suspend, because I've done that with UV resin before. Or if you're saying to like pour a level of like a thin layer of resin and then add the things in. And I know, I think a lot of people that do kind of complex inclusions and stuff will do layers. I'm just lazy. And I want to do everything in, I guess this is 2 pours, but I don't know. I guess I've moved on to doing things in 2 pours now, but at least at the beginning. Oh, the first. Yes, I've actually done that before with UV resin. I've made little rods out of UV resin and then used that to kind of make everything suspend. And it works well depending on kind of what you have it with, because you can kind of see the UV resin a little bit. And it's the same with layers too, I've found. At least to me, I can see it. So if I poured a layer of clear resin and then I put something down and then I poured another layer of clear resin, I can kind of see the line where they connect. So, I don't know. It probably would work, but you know, it's just like, yeah, I mean, that's probably a good way to do it. I'm set in my ways, though, except that this is kind of a new way for me to do this. Maybe I'm not set in my ways. Alright, so we're going to do those. Yeah, and I'm going to attach some of these. Do smaller blanks with it to the edge. Oh, like less of a gap. Less of a gap. That's true. To be fair, I'm not too worried about it being a big gap here, I don't think. I don't think it'll be a big issue. And then the last thing, let's see, actually I have like 2.5 more things, which sounds weird, but one of them, oh, you mean in blank dice. Oh, I see what you're saying. So you could do even more, you could affect where things are even within the blank die. Is that what you're kind of saying? So this thing, oh, okay. Yeah, that probably would be a way to do it. That'd probably be a way to do it. I don't think I need that with this one. I'm going to attach these together because I want them in like little groups of 3 with some UV resin. So I guess I'm kind of doing that, kind of attaching things where I want them. But yeah, that would be a way to do it. I've done that in just regular dice to make it look like bones were floating. So I connected all of the bones together with some UV resin, little rods of it, and then put that in. And I've done that with other like little polymer clay inclusions and stuff before too, to try and make them float towards the middle and not be at the bottom of the die. Let's see, so this one is going to be, these are my blank D6 molds, and these ones are just going to be silver. It's kind of like a grayish silver. I threw it back in here with my... That's not the right one. That's a different silver. I don't know where it went. Oh, here it is. So they're going to be this, you know, silver color. It's kind of a nice, yeah, it's just a nice darker silver gray. Future Tech planner. I think I'm putting the emphasis on the wrong, I'm putting the emphasis on the wrong syllables here. No, I'm putting the emphasis on the wrong words here, and I think I'm not, I don't know what you're trying to tease me about. But these are blank D6s, and they're going to be just this gray color, and that's because, not Future Tech. My brain just shut off for a second there. But yes, these are blank D6s, and they're going to be that gray color because I'm finally getting around to making some more of those Minecraft dice that I made for a friend, and that are apparently, if you Google Minecraft dice, come up fairly high on the list, which I didn't realize until someone pointed it out to me the other day. But yeah, those got a big response online with lots of people saying, hey, I would like these. And so I went and looked up like, what are the rules for selling fan art, basically, for Minecraft? And is it Mojang or Mojang? Oh, this planner, yes. You're talking about the planner that I have on the table. Yeah, I know. Yep. I'm very high-tech here. I'm very high-tech. I had no idea what we were talking about. I thought we were still talking about the dice and trying to get things to stick in. Oh yes, thank you for your clarification on how to say that. But anyways, everyone looked up like the rules on fan art, and it looks like you can make fan art. There's there's rules on how you can market things and how much you can make from it, but it should be fine. Oh, hey, Robbie. Mojang. That wasn't even one of the options I gave. But how are you doing, Robbie? I think. Oh yes. So, but yes, I'm finally gonna make the Minecraft dice. A few sets of those. I'm still figuring out what all dice I want to include in it, or what all blocks. So I've got a couple that I'm like, yeah, okay. I think that'll be good. I'm doing good. Mojang. That's nice. I'm glad you're having a nice relaxing time. Yeah, I guess I've mostly heard it Mojang. Why have I thought Mojang? Maybe for some reason I was thinking maybe the J was silent. I don't know. These are part of the Franken dice that I've been working on. Actually, I can pull those out. So, I don't know what y'all think of these anyways, but they've been an ongoing project for a while now. But I've been working on making Franken dice. Oh, I played Fortnite earlier. Oh, okay, Mojang. Okay. But I've been working on making Franken dice, so it's just like all sorts of random colors and stuff in lots of different mismatched layers. And so I've got a couple more dice here for the set that just need a little bit more resin. So if I have leftover resin, I need to fill these up. And then the last thing I want to do is I'm back to the bane of my existence. Not really. They're alive. I haven't shocked them with a whole bunch of electricity yet, so you know we'll see. But I'm going to make some crystals here, which are for a different D20 commission. I'm going to make these and then cut them so that they're shorter. Want to see the electricity? I'll go pet my cat. I always end up shocking the both of us when I pet Koshi. Like, she's just a static machine. But I'm going to make these and then cut them so that they're quite a bit shorter. I don't know. They might end up even being too big for what I'm trying to do, but we'll see. In which case, I'll go back and either try and make something out of polymer clay or maybe 3D print something. I went and 3D printed some stuff for that same commission yesterday. I think it was yesterday. And now I want to 3D print all the things. I want to get good at 3D modeling. I feel like that'd be cool. But anyways, I want to make some crystals for that. Hopefully they'll work. That'd be the easiest way to do it. But and then I think that's everything. And I think I should have the right amount of resin. It's kind of I'm not 100% sure. I'm not 100% sure. The only thing that I'm not sure on yet, on what I want to do here, is the D20s for the advent calendars. Because like I said, I've done a couple of designs already. I did this one with the glitter. And it's maybe okay, but I had too much white in it. So it all pooled at the top. I don't know if I like it or not. And then I tried this one where I did multi-chrome and like a green mica. And it ended up cool, but it ended up kind of dark. I don't know if that works with what I'm trying to do. I don't know. I don't know what I should do. But I don't necessarily have to do green either, but because I'm going to be doing the red stockings in one, and then I have one that's kind of white and gold. So I was thinking green would be good, kind of finish out all the main colors. I guess it's not all the main colors. I have quite a few colors in this. There's red and green, and then there's like blue, black, brown, gold, silver, and white. I'm trying to go for wintry things, I guess, and Christmassy things. I don't know. What do you guys think? I mean, to be fair, I probably could use these green ones, but I don't know. I just want something that's like good. Cause I think I like the D20s that I have done now, and I think I really like how the stockings turned out. So I think they'll be really cute. I want something that holds up to the other D20s. And I'm not 100% sure. I could do like a green and a red, like mica. I could do like a green and a red. You're not thinking at all. All right, that's fair. That's fair. You come here for me to have to make decisions. That's fair. Yeah, I could do green and red, but the thing is, like, I kind of want to make something that could be used with other, like, sets. Because, you know, obviously there's not, like, they're all individual dice, kind of. In these, you know, every die is going to be different. And I want some of them to be able to, like, if you're making a color palette or putting a whole bunch of dice sets together for a character, I want you to be able to steal some from this set and throw them in there, even if they're not, like, winter-based or it's a Christmas game. So, like, if I just go with green, maybe you're playing a druid, and the green works perfectly for that. But I do want them to still match the theme. I guess to be fair, I do have some just green glitter dice back there. I kind of like this one, I think. I could just do this again. Although I don't remember. Oh no, I do remember. Actually, I guess to be fair, it doesn't matter if it's exactly the same because these aren't going into the same thing. I'm looking for more warm tones or coolers. Oh, go to bed, Robbie. Thanks for stopping by, though, if you're headed out. Go sleep. But let's see, warm tones or cooler. I'm going for winter and Christmas. So, more cooler tones, but then I do also have red and gold in there. So, it's kind of a mix. I have red and gold, and then like I'm gonna have some brown as well. So it's kind of a mix of both. I'm not like set in any particular color for this. Like I said, I'm gonna have the set with the stocking in them, so that's gonna be red. Yes, thanks for stopping by. It was good to see ya. Yeah, so I'm gonna have the ones with the red, and then I have ones that have white with a little bit of gold. So that's why I was leaning towards green. Yeah, so that I kind of have a bunch of different colors there. I don't know. Maybe I will just go with this green and brown for a tree. That's not a bad idea. My problem has been I don't have a good brown. Actually, wait, no, I do have a brown. Where did that go? There's my brown. I do have a brown. I forgot. I got this. It was hiding behind my white. I do have a brown. Cinnamon. I actually made. Were you here when I was making the? Were you here when I was making the ones that have cinnamon in them? They ended up rather dark. These ones are colored. They look probably black on screen. They're like a really dark. Hey, have a good night. They look black there, but they're like a really dark brown color, and they're just colored with cinnamon. Oh man, I love cinnamon. I love this time of year where it's starting to get cool out, and all of those like autumn spices are starting to be a thing. Oh, hey, do you guys want a sneak peek at one of the dice that I finished the other night, not on camera? On the one hand, I'm just like, man, I need to keep all of the dice secret because I want them to be surprise. And then on the other hand, I'm just like, but I want to show them off. So it's just like, well, I guess I gotta show you now because I mentioned it. But I made little present D6s. Look, they're little presents with the bow on top. Black and white, a little bit of orange. Is that what we're going for? Saying for penguins? Yeah, there's a little present dice. They're there. It won't. There we go. Yeah, I made those the other day. I'm pretty happy with how they turned out. I hope that they actually. I was gonna say I hope they actually read as presents. Yeah, these are gonna be a mix of lots of different styles of dice, different things. Okay. And God, give me infinite money ASAP. Yeah. I agree with this so that Jen can then send me all of the infinite money. Since that seems to be how this would work out. Okay. I think I might just make a second one of these. I might just make a second one of these green ones. Although the brown and green is not a bad idea. Actually, the brown and green is not a bad idea. I kind of like those colors together. That's the screen picture. Yep. Should I put something else in there with it? I could do a little bit of that same multichrome. That might be. Could do Christmas lights, which are more like dots of color of all different kinds. Yeah, that would be pretty cool. I'd have to figure out how to do that though. How I do dots. Oh, I guess I could do dots on a blank. I could make a blank. Okay, I could make a blank and then I could draw little strings of Christmas lights on it. That'd be really cute. Just like, that'd be really cute. But do I want to do that because... oh man. That'd be really cute. They're really cute if I made just some blanks and then like the presents that I was showing, I went and painted like strings of Christmas lights on them. But again, that would make it so that they were explicitly Christmas themed and they wouldn't really fit with other other themes, I guess, if you're trying to use them for a character. So I don't know. I don't know if I want to do that because I'm trying to balance making things that are explicitly like Christmas and winter themed, and then things that match the color palette or the season and stuff, but could be used with maybe a different characters, a little bit more neutral in that way. Huh. But I like that idea though. Oh, something nice with some silver and white, maybe a dark color in there too. Oh, wait, I just sanded them. Just a second. Alright, these are, okay. I'm coming over with things. These are very matte at the moment because I just sanded them. They need to go into the tumbler. But, yeah, that's, let's see if I can find a good side. The number's a little filled in at the moment because it has all sorts of junk in it. But I do have, you know, these. It has some snowflakes. And then the other D20 that I have, and it's sanded, so it's hard to see. They're basically little snow globes. And they've got, see that little gold snowflake in there? So it's got all sorts of like glitter, and some of it's holographic, and some of it's just like a shimmer. And then there's a few little bits of gold in there, and a gold snowflake and stuff. There's some gold foil and some gold beads. But I got the snowflakes down. I like the idea of the brown and the green because I do think that those colors would look really good together. I'm debating doing basically this. Oh, wait. Oh, you know, okay. The mica drops, I don't know what to call it. I just call it a mica drop, I guess. The mica drops that I've done before, if I've done multiple colors, I've put them kind of next to each other so that they both kind of fall in evenly. What if I did this, but I did green as like kind of a layer, and then I did a layer of brown over that, so that hopefully the green would kind of sink in and the brown would kind of be a little obscured by it, but maybe kind of end up in the middle of it or underneath it. Let's try that. We're gonna try it. If it doesn't turn out, I'll go back to the drawing board and try something else, and I'll just have a whole bunch of green dice that I can sell as singles or put them in my box of random dice at some point. Okay. So I like that idea. We're gonna do that. Yes, I do have some white mica. I don't know if it's gonna end up looking very tree-like. Maybe we'll add a little bit of a white shimmer to the base resin. But I don't think I'll add it the same way that I'm gonna add the other colors there. We can add a little bit to the resin. Yeah, we'll try that. Okay, let's start putting everything into their mixing cups. Let's get everything into the mixing cups. Alrighty, so this D20 is gonna have, oh, okay. gonna have black, but I have black over here. Some packing foam might be good. Oh, that's true. That's true. I don't think I'm gonna do it in this one, but that might be cool for a future one. So for this D20, I want some black ink. I have no idea. I have no idea. It'd be interesting to try. I mean, that's part of the fun, though, is finding out if things work or not. A little bit of blue. Let me think about how much I'm going to need here. Oh, probably like 2.5 at most. I don't need very much. Comes as little balls if you can find it. I mean, are you thinking like packing peanuts? Are you talking like packing peanuts that are like that big? Because this might be, I'd still need to break them up probably. They'd be a little, or do you mean like the packing foam that like you crumble it and it crumbles into like the little tiny kind of spherical white beads? Because that's what I was thinking when you were saying the packing foam. Was that stuff. I don't think I need very much of this because I really don't need a lot of this resin. Because I'm going to have kind of 4 different colors here. And I'm doing, let's say, 3 dice. So, I don't know. I don't think I'm going to need more than 10 milliliters of resin at most. So that'd be 2.5 milliliters for each color. Which is not a lot. I think we'll go with that. I think we'll be good. We can always add a little bit more if we need to later, but I don't think we'll need it. So there's our blue. What is this? Oh, okay, yeah. People get that for like slime and stuff. Yeah. Okay. Okay, I know, yeah, that makes sense. Okay, so these ones, let me put these in a little cup. The reason I'm putting all of the dice that are already made in little cups, it might work in an oversized D20. That's a fair point. I did, yeah. This would probably be, yeah. The reason I'm putting these in a cup like this is so that I don't get resin all over them if I try to move them around later once my hands are covered in resin. Okay. So we've got our blue. We have our black here, and then we're going to have kind of another thing of black, but this one's going to have glitter in it. It's going to have glitter in it. I could do, I guess, all of the black with glitter, but I feel like it's kind of fun if the glitter is uneven. That was one of the things that I liked about my original Galaxy design. Because this is a rework of a design that I already had. One of the first designs I ever had. It had the glitter dusted on the outside of the mold so that it was kind of uneven in its placement. And I liked that. So this is kind of trying to emulate that, but having the glitter on the inside. So that it's kind of, there's not glitter everywhere. It's kind of uneven, which is what I want. Yeah, you can kind of see here, maybe. Yeah, you can see kind of like at the top here, there's kind of like a stripe of glitter. Then there's black below that, and that's kind of the look I'm going for. So we got some glitter there, and then we got our pink. And this is actually duo red blue. I might need to get more of this at some point. I've made a lot of Galaxy dice over the year. I was gonna say over the years. It hasn't been over the years. Over the year, I guess. I've been doing this. And this one, I do like this duo red blue. It's a pink. It's not really a red, but it's pink, and then with like a dark color behind it, or when it shimmers in the light, it's like a blue color. So that's how you end up with all the shimmer in this. Because this black is not shimmery, the blue's not shimmery. There's glitter here, but the actual shimmer in the dice, you see that? You can kind of see the shimmer there. That's all this duo red blue. All right, so we've got our colors here, and then this black's gonna be for both of them. I'm gonna start lining things up here so that I know what I'm doing. That was the hardest part for me, is getting everything set up. It's much easier to make like all the same kind of dice at once. It's so much easier. I think those are just gonna have clear, and then I'll do maybe a little bit of gold shimmer in the actual dice. Oh, these ones, let's actually do our little UV resin, stick some of these together. Grab the cord for this. So, I just want to kind of tack these together a little bit. I want them in groups of 3. That's the idea anyways. I'm kind of tempted to, I guess I'll cut this, and because I can always grab another one. I might attach the leaves with a little bit of UV resin as well, because I want them a little bit shorter than they are. I want them just a little bit shorter, and I don't want them covering up the berries. And I'm just gonna use that as a little platform to hold those. Yeah, I don't want them covering up the berries. I want the berries to definitely be visible. So I'm gonna kind of cut these down, and we'll attach those with a little bit of UV resin as well. So we'll see how this goes. So let's grab a few of our little berries here, and they're just red spheres with little black dots on them for the ends. And we're going to attach these together with a little bit of UV resin. And the idea is that this will hold everything in place, but also you won't really be able to see it. I'm going to pull out my UV resin tools here, which is a straight pin. Actually, I might be able to tack it with some that's already in here. Grab a little bit of UV resin. Okay, I just have to figure out how I'm going to attach these, apparently. Alright, that actually worked pretty well. They're light enough that they just kind of stuck together. Alright, there we go. And I just want a little trio of berries. And then we'll attach the leaves to those. And I'll start figuring out my next trio here. Alright, there's those. And I think it's gonna work best with these cut. Well, let's get this one done with the leaves and everything, and then that'll give us maybe some information on how best to do the next set. So I'll let those cook for a minute. I'm running out of tea. I'm now out of tea. Yeah, so let's see, we've got those. All right. So I'm going to try attaching the leaves kind of to the back here. Kind of like that, I think. Let's add a little bit and see how that looks. I'm just going to try and we're just kind of tacking things together. Like, they don't need to be super attached. They're going to be encased in resin, so, you know, it's not like it's going to be, they're going to be solid because they're going to be encased in resin. They don't need to be super attached, but we do want to be able to get them into the molds and have them stay together. So let me just add a little bit A little bit of resin there. I'm going to attach these leaves and see how it looks. Just a second, let me kind of hold that in place. Actually, that looks kind of good like that. So let's no, not like that, like that. All right, there we go. All right. Yeah, I'm trying to get them so that they're narrow enough so that they will, but also wide enough that they're not super tall. So I'll try this out and we'll see. And if it doesn't work, I'll pull them off and cut them down. That's another reason that I don't actually want them to be too solid, because I do want to be able to change them if I need to. So let's see if this will fit into the blank mold here. So I'm just gonna hold that and flip it over. Here, I'll show it to you before I try and put it in too. I'm kind of rotisserie it. Okay. And there's our little thing of holly. Let's see if these will fit into these molds. Well, no. I just kind of pulled the, I'm going to cut these down a little bit more. I'm going to cut down the, leaves a little bit more. Which is fine. I can get rid of the, weird holes in them because they're sequins. I'll get rid of those weird holes. Alright. I want them to keep their shape, definitely, but I don't need them to be able to fit into the molds. So let's make them just a little bit shorter. I'll also try to make so they don't spread out too much, so that I can actually fit them through the hole there. All right, let's try this again. I might just try putting a drop here. All right, okay, cool. Got a little bit of the UV in there. I'm trying to get these to kind of stick up a little bit. But I also don't want them to be too long. Ooh, just a second. I need to hold these. Oops, one of them. I think I'm going to be attaching them one at a time. Oh. That could be cool. Yeah. I think I have, so the advent calendar dice I've pretty much planned out and almost done at this point. But maybe for some other Christmas dice, that could be fun. That could be cool. Yeah, I do want to try sprinkle dice again. You made me think of, yeah, I do want to try doing sprinkle dice again, because they haven't worked out well for me in the past, just because, I mean, I did it with the blanks, and it worked out okay, but I had a couple that still had, oh, okay, they're Hobby Lobby, alright. We've got one of those locally. Alright. Hi, Bosun. Oh, I know. Let's see if I can get this to stay in place. All right, let's see if this works a little bit better, and if the leaves are a little bit better of a size. How are you doing, Bosun? I like how, no, the people that, yeah, the people that own Hobby Lobby got in trouble for like trafficking items. At least I think they did. I think it was them. Yeah, okay. Yeah. So, yeah, it's one of those things where it's just like, oh, Hobby Lobby. But at the same time, art supplies. Alright, let's see if this fits into the mold a little bit better. So, I think I like how this looks maybe a little bit better too. So we got, yeah, got our little holly, little holly things. I think this is gonna work better. Yeah, I think that'll work if I get it at the right angle. Come on. Yeah, I think if I get that at the right angle, that'll work well. I think I'll put a little bit of resin in there. Put a little bit of resin in there first before I actually put those in. But I think that will fit. I guess I don't actually have to do the whole thing either. I could just do a little layer of resin because I just really want the thing to be the polymer clay to be protected. All right, let's do our next little set. So we're gonna test. I just got done writing a response to a philosophy prompt. Oh, how was that? Gotta get work done. Are you enjoying doing philosophy stuff? I don't think I ever took a philosophy class. I don't think I ever did. But I mean, I was an engineering major for most of the time that I was at school. So I don't know. I guess it wasn't a requirement or something. Alright, just here. Let me get this last one. Trying to grab them. What? I've never taken an ethics class, but I like how people are saying boo ethics. Like, no ethics for anybody. I did really enjoy, it wasn't philosophy, but it made me think of it because it was kind of strange, I don't know, esoteric. I did take I think it was called mathematical reasoning, and I am one of the only people I know that actually enjoys proofs. But it was a lot of proofs, which is like using logic to explain why math works. But it was just a really interesting class. Like, oh, fun. Yeah, that sounds like a great time. I'm gonna run those again. Yeah, it was kind of a logic course. Kind of, I guess. Not really. Yeah, it was kind of a logics course. We also did other things in there though, like there was all sorts of figuring out. The class would have been so much. Sorry, I'm just thinking. I went to University of Washington for a couple of years, and one of the classes that I took had to do with what was that class called? What is that called? It's the one with the brackets with the numbers and the thingies. I can't think of what it's called now. I'm so glad I'm a math major. Oh man, what are those called? What are those called? I can't think of what those are called. Anyways, it was a class, and like the teacher started talking about all sorts of things. Yeah, that sounds very ethical of them. What? That's silly. That's stupid. But what was I gonna say? The teacher was talking about all sorts of things like R2 and all sorts of different things, and I'm like, I have no idea what this teacher's talking about. He never explained what this means. He's just saying this, and like we actually got into depth, and it has to do with like it's a notation for like real numbers and stuff. But then you go to like once you start adding like R2 and R3 and stuff, that it has to do with like different sizes of infinity. Because you can have an infinity inside of an infinity, which means that one infinity is larger than the other. And so we did some of that sort of stuff in that class. And it was a very interesting class. There was a whole 5 people in that class, to be fair. Like, it was not a big class. I actually wasn't a math major at that point either. I was still an engineering major at that point when I took that class. And that was actually the class where I found out that there was a math major that you could do. As a philosophical reason class. I mean, except in this case it was all math. It was just talking about math. But yeah, that would make sense. It was mathematical reasoning. So philosophical reasoning would make sense in a similar naming convention. It probably means similar things. But no, I don't know. I enjoyed that class. It was really interesting, and they had a good teacher. There was a whole 5 of us, so it was very chill, and like everyone just chatted and stuff. It's fun taking small classes like that as long as you have a good teacher. I'm gonna run this one more time. Kind of spin it around a little bit. Yeah, I don't know. It was just I don't know. I'm still the only person I know that likes proofs though, because I don't know. I think of proofs as like puzzles. I also like logic puzzles, I suppose. You know those like logic puzzles that have like the grid and it gives you like 5 different clues and you have to figure out like which person has which last name, has which dog, that sort of thing. It's like Susan has Jeremy the dog, but her last name is not Grant or something like that. And it has all sorts of clues like that and you have to try and figure out who's who. I enjoyed those logic problems. I have a book of those that I've almost finished. It was in my car for a while there, because when I was delivering Uber Eats, sometimes there'd be a little bit of time between like jobs. So I'd just pull into a random parking lot and work on that for a little bit while I waited for another job to come in. Alright, let's make sure that this fits. I think we're going to be good. Yeah, I think we're gonna be good. All right, cool. So that we've got those all done. Let's put this stuff away. Here's a question for you, since we're talking about school stuff. What was your guys' like either favorite class ever, or like most interesting subject that you ever talked about, or most interesting class? Like, I think that mathematical reasoning class was one of my favorites, just because I thought it was really interesting. One of my most frustrating classes, which looking back on it was useful, and could have been a really fun class, but one of my most frustrating classes was a design drawing class, and it was an architecture class, technically. And it had like a lecture, and the lecture was fine. And I think it had a lecture like once a week, and then it had a studio twice a week. And it would have been fine. And like there was things that were annoying at the time, and looking back, it's just like, okay, that's useful. Like we spent a whole week doing nothing but drawing lines. But then, we got further in, and I can draw a straight line from one point to another now without a straight edge. because we didn't use straight edges in that class. We just drew lines freehand. So there was things that was just like, okay, this has ended up being useful. But there was 2 people that were running the studio, and if you asked both of them the same question, you got 3 different answers. Like, she's like, and everybody in that class had the same thought on that. Like, some of us had talked about it, and we're like, hey, are you having this experience? And they're like, yes. Let's see. Boson says, ethics, justice, and society. It was better than jurisprudence. It was the intro course to philosophy, and it was excellent. Oh, okay, cool. That sounds like it'd be interesting. Stuff like that seems cool. All right, so we've got those. Slowly getting all of our mixing cups. Let's get this. And this one's just gonna have gold. Half of it is already black with gold glitter, and then this half's just gonna be gold. Let's get something to stir with. It shouldn't take very much. I don't think it'll take very much resin. It was run by oh, I'm in suspense now. That should be plenty of British man. Dun dun dun. All right, we've got those. Yes, okay. All right, so this can be for the brown. So this is gonna be this one's gonna be brown. I'm gonna mix orange and blue to try and get brown this time, because my last one ended up too red because I used purple instead of blue. And then we're gonna have, okay, and we're gonna leave that translucent and then do kind of like a swirl of a shimmery white in it. Do I have a cup here that had shimmery white? I do have a cup here that had shimmery white in it. My favorite class was discrete math class. There were 3 of us in it, and he had so much fun. Yeah, see, what is it about the small group math classes? There's something there. I'm still blanking on what that's called. What are those called? I'm still blanking on what they're called. The like collections of numbers that are like in brackets. I've blanked on what those are called. I'm so glad I have my degree in math. So useful to me. Math is more fun when everyone understands. Arrays! Yes! Yes, that's what they're called. Small classes are just more fun. Yeah. I feel like there's a certain amount of like camaraderie in small classes. Like everyone knows each other, and there's like a certain amount of just like chilling, and like everyone kind of knows the teacher, and the teacher knows everyone, so like everyone's chill. Everyone's just kind of hanging out and learning stuff. And yeah, I guess once you get to the small classes, usually everybody has an idea of what's going on. So everyone's kind of on an even playing field to a certain extent and can interact, and usually people are probably interested in the subject at that point too. Okay, let's see, how much of this do I want? I'm doing the D10s here. I want these to be I want to have a lot of pigment here, because I definitely want this to sink. But I don't think I need too much. I think I'm only going to really have 2.5 milliliters at most. I don't need a ton. Yeah, that should be plenty. I need to add very little resin to that. Okay, the reason I have these here, because I have the brown that's going to have the white in it, and then I also want to have these, which are going to have opaque brown. So I'm going to make the brown and do these, and then I'm going to mix some white in with it and make opaque brown, and those are going to have like little scraps of like book in them. That's the idea anyways. And I'll stick those in after that and put some clear resin on top. That's the idea there. I want just kind of like little shivers of little slivers of book. Because I don't really want to like read the book. I just want it to be recognizable as being part of a book. Okay. And I want them to be big enough that you can tell there's part of a book, and small enough. Math. Okay. Now I'm very curious what you clipped, but that's okay. Okay, so there's going to be those with an opaque brown, and we'll use the brown from this one and then add white to it to make it opaque. All right. For these ones are going to have our gray, or silver, as it were. We'll look for the brown. All right. Evil Mighty 9 dice. Ooh, that sounds interesting. My excitement on her phrase. I mean, fair. I mean, sure. That sounds cool. I want to do Mighty 9 dice anyways. Not necessarily evil ones, but just Mighty 9 dice. That's something that I've had some ideas for a while. I just never got around to. I need to look at their new, I don't expect, obviously their new policies so that, you know, Walmart, they have a new, what's the word? Content, property, I don't remember what you call it, but they finally went and put into writing, basically saying, hey, our property is our property. Oh, the Mighty 9 is from a popular D&D web show. It's a group of characters. Yeah, Critical Role. What is the content? Property. I don't remember what it's called. They finally went and put in copyright policy. No, good for them. This is good for them. This is fine. They have always been very supportive of like fan art and individual people making things and selling them, but they have a big. They're putting together an animated series at the moment, and so they're totally doing this so that Walmart doesn't go and just start selling stuff that's based on them. Like, even in their copyright policy, it's like, hey, we want fan artists to be able to go and make stuff. This is good. It's protecting them. It's protecting us. It's fine. But I do still want to go and look through it and make sure that I don't accidentally like phrase things in a way that would be bad. I don't expect them to come after me. I'm an individual creator type thing, but you know, still good to try and make sure to follow that stuff. Actually, wait, how much of this do I need? Yeah. How much of this do I need? D6s. It's not going to be that much. It's probably going to be about 10 milliliters, I'm going to think. And I want this to be opaque. I don't need it to be, I don't want it to be super like heavy or anything. And that's, yeah, I think that'll be good. We can add more if we need to. Oh, they have it all written in so that like they have it set up so that people can still make fan art and sell it. Like their copyright policy is as lenient as it can be, while still protecting their intellectual property. Like I have no problem with it. Like, good for them, to be honest. Like, it's not because like they're being stingy with their stuff. They're literally just protecting their butts. Like, they've gotten, you know, bigger and bigger, and they need to be able to protect their stuff. There's no ill wishes here, and they obviously are very what's the word I'm looking for? Supportive of like fan art and that sort of stuff. Wait, oh yeah. I'm assuming Bosun was asking you, Credstick, if you're in the Discord or not. We want quite a bit of this. Everyone has different names here and there, so it's sometimes hard to tell. Okay, this is gonna be for, yeah, they're very chill. It's a formality, which, again, is gonna protect them from big corporations like Walmart. You know people who Critical Role have sued? Oh. Interesting. Let's see here. How much of this do I need? So this is going to be the D20s with the green and the brown. Green and the brown. So we want enough that it's going to actually sink. How much do I want here? I think I only want like 2.5. So let's see. Each D20 is going to be at least... Okay, each D20 is going to be at least 5 milliliters. Probably, let's say 7.5. So we'll say 2.5 of that will be the brown and the green. So we'll do about 2.5 of each. Yes, right. We'll do about 2.5 of each of the brown and the green, I think. Yes. 2.5 of the brown and 2.5 of the green. So let's add a little bit more brown. We'll call that good. I think that'll be enough. Just add a little more. And then we'll add our green. I need to add grab another mixing cup. Oh, this one looks like it had this exact same green in it before. All right. Ugh. To be fair, I usually try to avoid doing, I don't usually make like dice based off of specific characters unless it's a commission. Oh, I got a product taken down actually on Etsy because I didn't get sued or anything, but I had a product taken down on Etsy for copyright infringement. Actually, no, it was for like patent infringement because I was trying to sell phone grips, and apparently the design that they used is patented by PopSocket. So I need to figure out what I'm doing there, but yeah. All right, so we're gonna do this green. Yeah, I usually try, but anyways, what I was saying is I usually try to avoid doing anything based on any sort of like character or show or thing like that. Like I usually try to avoid that stuff for copyright reasons. I don't want to step on any copyright toes. And that's part of the reason I was like, I don't know. When I made the Minecraft dice, I made them for a friend. I didn't make them to sell. And so I wasn't worried about it. And then people were like, I would like a set of these, please. And I'm just like, I don't know if I can. I don't know if I legally can make and sell dice based on Minecraft. So that's why I went and looked it up. It's because like, I don't know if that's an option. But luckily, it looks like it is an option. I just have to be careful with how I phrase things. I don't think I can call them Minecraft dice. I'd need to call it something like block dice Minecraft inspired, something like that. There's rules for how you can sell things. Well, that is the thing with the Oh, and I think that's how the like that's one of the things. Probably do it if they go through the customs. We still talk. What should we be talking about? Pop sockets. Oh, I was gonna say with the Minecraft things. So, like I said, I went and looked up Mojang's policies on selling fan art, and there is a like a limit on how much you can make per year with things like items based around Minecraft. Oh no, I can. That's what I was saying. I went and looked it up. And looked up the Mojang's policy on it. And it's fine. But you can't make over, I think it was $5,000 a year. And you need to like specify that they're not, you know, official Minecraft branded things. Like there's you know, things you have to like specify. You can't like label them as you know, I don't think I could label them as Minecraft dice. They can have a subheading that says Minecraft, but the main title can't be Minecraft. There's lots of little things to do. So there'll be more hoops to jump through. And I mean, I have made dice that are based on various TV shows and stuff, but they've always been commissions. So I'm not as worried with that. It's not like I don't know. I don't usually post photos on social media of commissions that I've done based on, you know, various, what am I, this is not what I want. This is what I want. Let's grab one that's the same color as what we're doing. Let's use the green. And it even has the same multi-chrome in it. I did realize a little bit before I started streaming that I don't have a clean mixing cup. Voxel style dice. I think I was going to call them like block dice or something like that. But I don't know, I'll probably figure that out as I get closer. I'm still not sure what all blocks I want to base them on. I have like 3 or 4 picked out, but I think I want to do a set of 6. Voxel block. That's fair. That's fair. I feel like block is going to be more easily recognizable to people, just the layman, though. I don't know. Maybe not. Okay, that's fine. This is just going to be some clear resin with a little bit of this multi-chrome in it. So we're going to do clear resin and then a little bit of multi-chrome here in clear resin, and then we're going to do the green, and then we're going to do the brown. And that's the plan. Oh man, I really should try out, I got some, Jen sent me some multi-chrome pigments, and I haven't tried them out yet. Because I was working on making galaxy dice the other night. That's weird. I was working on making galaxy dice the other night, and then Saturdays have been busy for me. Oh, also I won't be streaming this Saturday either. We'll see for the Saturday after that, but I got stuff this Saturday again. Just busy with family stuff. All right, a little bit of these flakies. And that'll go over here with these D20s. Let's see. Is this everything? I feel like it looks like less now that I have it all spread out somehow. I think so. And then I do have the little crystals here, which I will want mixing cups for. I guess I could use... that's fine. So we're going to do, we have one that's blue, one that's red, and then one that's like gray. So I might do, if there's any of the leftover silver here, we'll use that for the gray. Oh, should I do, I should do shimmering. I should not use these inks. I should use mica powders. What's up here? We're gonna use mica powders. So let's do our blue and our red. So these are gonna be for our little tiny crystals, and I need barely any of this, I would think. It really isn't gonna take a lot to do these crystals. They're tiny, tiny little crystals. So let's just add a little tiny bit of blue mica powder here. It's very shimmery. All right. And then we need another one for the red. I really should probably just... Cat? What? I didn't hear a kitty cat. I had a cat screaming at my door like right before I started streaming. Ah! She was very insistent. I actually went and left to go grab a couple of things, and she was very happy that I came out for half a minute. It was very cute. But I think she's probably upstairs sleeping now. I don't see a kitty cat or hear a kitty cat. Man, Koshek. So I have 4 cats. I have 4 cats. Bit of a crazy cat lady. Koshek has been so like energetic lately. Like, she's never been the most energetic cat. She was a fairly sickly kitten. And then like she's just a very mellow cat. She loves pets, but she's not like a cuddly cat. Except that recently, for some reason, she's been like super cuddly. And then last night she had the zoomies last night. She was so frisky. One of her new spots, because like I said, for some reason she's been super cuddly lately. One of her new spots is like on my computer chair behind me. Go for it, Bosun. Who are we over? I'm wondering over who or what. But one of her new spots is I don't need that much. It's on my computer chair, like laying behind me. And last night she was just like attacking the back of the chair for some reason. She's just being a silly cat. Oh, Boba. I mean, it's like 8:30 at night, but Boba. Man, now I want Boba. There's a place to get boba not too far from my house. There's a boba bar that closes at 11. Ooh. Wait, how are we both talking about boba at the same time? different kinds, but I like how we've all ended up talking about boba, but completely different ones. Okay, I think that's everything. That little heart jellies. Oh, that sounds so cute. More of a Django fan yourself. I should really watch The Mandalorian. Like, it looks really good, and I just haven't gotten around to it. Well, yeah, okay, now you gotta go for the little heart jellies. Like, I feel like that's a requirement. I don't want to know what Bosun is slurping, though. Let's see here. I think that's everything. So I think let's get all of our safety equipment on, and let's pour some rest. Oh, wait, one thing before we can do that. I need a mixing cup. I need to clean out a mixing cup. You guys can see my process here for cleaning out my mixing cups. Oh gosh. I don't want to know what this is going to devolve into. I mean, I feel like the goal is to at least keep things kind of PG-13 here. Because I think maybe there's rules about that. I really should read through Twitch's terms of service probably more. You're going through brain rot. I mean, fair. Fair. Alright, just a second here. So yeah, here, I'll show you how I get these cleaned out. So I'm going to turn this inside out. Don't go too far here, Cred Stick. Just a fair warning. Also, I should probably also warn Bosun about that. But you're done. All right. So I'm just using some packing tape here to get all the little. There's like little droplets of resin on here. So let's get all of those off. Yeah, it probably would have been good for me to actually, you know, clean a mixing cup before streaming, but that would require me to have any amount of forethought, which that's not gonna happen. You think I think about things beforehand? Yeah. I really would like to make more, like, complicated dice, but really that is what gets me, is that, like, I need to, like, plan them. So possible deniability is always important to me. Well, yeah, so I would like to do, like, that's why I usually end up doing more complex dice for, like, commissions, is because then it forces me to actually, you know, sit down and plan things out. I have to sit down and plan things out anyways for commissions, so it doesn't matter whether it's complex or not. Complex ones take more planning, usually, because it's just like, okay, what are all the pieces that I need to make, and what's the order that I need to do it in? Because that's one of the things with like more complex dice, is that there's almost always more than one step. Not always, but more often than not, there's more than one step to it. Because, like, you know, a couple of these. Okay, so like the stockings here, I had the step of having to make the stockings, and then I'm putting them into the blank molds, and then those will then go into the dice. So that's like 3 steps. That bunny dice lives rent-free in your brain. That's from a long time ago. So it's like 3 steps, whereas like these coffee dice, I am mixing up all my stuff and pouring it, and the dye is done, and that's 1 step. So like as soon as there's multiple steps, I'm just like, I don't know, that seems like a lot of work. Planning things out just takes brain space for me. That's why I have my paper planner over there. It's because that's what I use to kind of plot things out fairly often. But yeah, no, one of the commissions I'm working on at the moment has a lot of steps. But it's fun. It gives me an excuse to try some new things. I have the tower sitting over here, Jen. I also totally broke the lightning rod, but I think I have it glued back on. Oops. Yeah. We are doing 1 commission tonight. We're doing a D20 here that's gonna be all sorts of rainbowy colors. All right. That looks much cleaner. Toss this out, and I think, sorry, I'm just thinking, do I want to wear my sweater like this? I don't know how many of you have noticed my fun fashion choice with my sweater, because I'm like cold, but then if I put it on I'm too warm, and so I have like 1 sleeve on, and then the other sleeve is my scarf or something, and I'm debating whether this is going to be a problem in the resin. But this is the newest fashion. I'm worried that I'm going to be cold. I don't know. We'll just put it back there. It's fine. All right, so let me grab all of my safety equipment, namely a respirator and gloves, and we'll get some resin poured. I need a shawl. You know what I need? I need, like, I think I have one upstairs. I need a vest. Because it's always, like, my body that's cold, and then I want my arms free. I think I have one upstairs, but I don't know that I want to get resin on it. I should go find, like, just a vest. All right. So things are going to be a little bit muffled. Things are going to be a little bit muffled for the rest of the stream. Just a heads up. But gotta be safe. Gotta be safe. I probably have a shawl somewhere too. I worry that I would drag it in the resin though. Okay, I'm just going to take this off. I'm just going to be a little chilly. It's fine. I'm like a sea lion sticking a fin out of the water to warm up. That's like how I sleep at night, and like if I get too warm, you just stick a leg out. Maybe that's just me. You get too warm at night, you just like stick a leg out from under the blanket. All right, let's get some resin poured. Let me grab these. I think I need to order some more resin. All right, so I'm going to be going quiet here for just a second because I cannot pour and talk at the same time. I can't measure and talk at the same time. Let's be real here. So feel free to chat. Yes, the jelly hearts. Have fun. I'm more worried that the cats will come and eat my toes, to be honest. All right, give me just a second. I will be right back. Here's part A. Now you see the trick is to stick the leg out that's not next to the side of the bed, and then you're fine. Then your toes are just fine. You can't stick your toes out of your blanket. I mean, fair. There is something about that. Like as a kid, it's just like as long as you're under the covers, you're safe for some reason. I don't know why, but I get that. All right, give me just a second here. I'll pour this part. All right. That's good though. It means that my cats won't eat your toes. Yeah, I still just nat 20 as long as you're just like, yeah, exactly. You know what I'm talking about. I'm sitting on just the corner. All right, so let's go ahead and stir this up. That'll take a minute. I don't know. I guess that's just some universal thing where if you're under the covers, you're safe from monsters. It's like how if you like, yeah. I don't know. I guess maybe I'm just used to cats at this point or something. Like I'm more worried about my cats trying to eat my toes, because they will. They will try to eat my toes. I need like 2 layers of blankets so they don't pounce on my toes in the middle of the night and sink their claws into them through one blanket. Yeah, it's funny. So I had a twin bed for quite a while, and then I think a couple years ago I went and got a queen, finally. And the reason that I actually went and got a queen is because, like I said, I had 4 cats, and they all want to sleep on the bed with me. I survived this long, yeah. They all want to sleep on the bed with me. So I'm like, okay, I need more space, because I have like a cat on either side of me. I have no room. So I got a queen, and it really didn't change anything. I still have, 2 cats sleeping on top of me and one sleeping on either side. It's like I still can't move. That didn't really fix the problem. But it's I don't know. It's very sweet though. I have kitty cats that'll come and sleep with me. Usually a couple that will come hang out as I'm going to bed, and then a couple that will be there in the morning when I wake up. And it's so nice. There's something nice about kitty cats that are snuggly. I've got a couple of really snuggly kitty cats. And then Koshi, who's affectionate but not super snuggly. But she's wanted more. That's what makes me so happy that one of her new spots is like on my computer chair behind me, even though it is kind of uncomfortable a little bit. Because like I can't really lean on the backrest because there's a cat there. But at the same time, it's just like, oh, she wants to be close to me. It's so cute. Alright, we're just getting this mixed up. There's I can still see that there's 2 parts that are mixing together, so got a little bit of time here before this is all completely mixed. Just keep scraping the sides and the bottom and everything. Make sure you don't end up with any one part in a big glob. Alright. Oh, alright. So. Yeah, so like I was saying before, I don't usually make like dice that are based off of TV shows or characters and stuff like that just because I don't want to get sued. I'm always very worried that I'm going to get sued for something. But, and then the one thing that I wasn't actually worried about, then, oh well, anyways, with the phone grips. But, what like one character or piece of media would you love to see like dice based on? That's my next question here, because like I said, I think Critical Role dice would be fun to make, but there's lots of other characters and stuff out there that could be cool. Oh. You already got one. I mean, fair. Oh yeah, you did, because you got Higgs. That's true. I don't know what I was thinking, Bosun. That's Montenegro. Where are they from? That name sounds very familiar, and I can't think of where they're from. Are they from the same game? Oh. Far Cry. Oh, okay. All the video game characters. What's that character like? I don't play a lot of video games. I play Minecraft and that's about it. I should really play some puzzle games. So, I am still interested in that, but I'm not streaming on Saturday because I have stuff I'm doing. At some point, probably not. It depends on when things update, but I am planning on changing things a little bit because at the moment I'm doing arts and crafts on both Wednesdays and Saturdays. Chaotic and murderous. Oh, okay, fun. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I've heard that character's name before. So, but I do think that I'm going to change things up a little bit because at the moment, Wednesday and Saturday are both arts and crafts days. Wednesday is usually resin focused, and Saturday has been a little bit more. Sometimes it's resin, sometimes it's other stuff, but I've been doing a lot more resin lately. But I think Saturday I'm going to start doing more like video games and stuff, and
part of that is because once the new Minecraft update comes out, I have some plans for things I want to work on the server I have with a few friends. And so I figured that might be fun to stream. And then also I figured it could be fun to maybe try and do some games, some like online games with some of you guys if you want to. I could see that being kind of fun. Maybe in the Discord or something too. Do some group games. See how it goes. But yeah, anyway, so Saturdays might change to be more like video game day or like game day type thing. I don't know. We'll see how long that lasts. I think some Saturdays I'll probably still do arts and crafts, just because I'll need to get commissions done or whatever. But at the moment I'm making soap and stuff on Saturdays anyways. Alright, let's scrape the sides here, see how this is looking. It's definitely starting to look a lot more mixed. There's no streaks in it, which is a good indicator that it's not completely mixed yet. Today is Wednesday? Yes, today is Wednesday. At least for me. I don't know what time it is for you. I don't remember what time zone you're in, so... At least for me, today is Wednesday. As far as I know. If it's not, then I've got different problems at the moment. But yeah, I'm trying to figure out. I am trying to figure out. So the people that I'm on the Minecraft server with, at least a couple of them. Before we had this Minecraft server, there was 3 of us that used to. Today was Tuesday. No, today's Wednesday. Today's Wednesday, because I'm so sorry to break this to you, Bosun. But there was 3 of us that had like a little server together, and we used to like meet up every like Friday night and play together. So we'd all meet up in Discord and like chat while we worked on stuff. And so we're trying to put together, a time that we could do that again. Or we could like meet up and go fight the Ender Dragon or go find a woodland mansion or something like that. And it might end up being you need to go lay down, having an existential crisis because you're a day off. I think we're all mixed. Let me scrape the sides one more time and then I think we're good to go. And that might end up being Saturday, so it's possible that I might end up streaming some Minecraft on Saturdays with other people in a voice call, which I don't know if that would be weird for y'all, but I'd probably set it up so that I could like mute myself in the voice call and then chat with you guys off and on, because I like streaming because I like chatting with everybody. Oh, now I hear a kitty cat outside the door. Alright, let's start sectioning some of this off. So a tiny bit here. That doesn't need very much. Alright, this one, maybe 5. Maybe 5. Alright, there's that. This one, the majority of this, so this is going to be about 10, plus about half of that, so let's say 15, maybe, 12.5 maybe, let's say 12.5. A little bit more. It's always fun trying to kind of estimate, because I don't know exactly how much each die takes. Okay. Just need a little bit of resin in here. These ones, I need 2.5 or so. That was more than I meant to do, but that's fine. Alright, there's that. Let's do the ones that need clear. So the ones that need clear are holly berries. Holly berries, yes. I was trying to look up hollyberries the other day, and I just kept getting pictures of hailberry, but that's okay. Alright, so I'm just going to add a little bit here into the very bottom, and then we're going to put our berries in there. I'm trying to make it so I don't end up with big air gaps underneath them. And then I'll pour the rest on top. So let's try and get our... Actually, I probably don't even need to pour the rest on top. I don't need these to be full all the way, now that I'm thinking about it. I just wanted a barrier for the things at the bottom, so just get those tucked in there so that the red parts kind of in, and honestly that should be fine. So I'm not even going to fill those up all the way. We're just going to fill those up with a little bit of resin. I mean, I wasn't really complaining. This wasn't quite what I was initially looking for. Put our berries in here. I'm trying to get these in at such an angle that when I put them into the D12 mold, they will fit well. Come on, leaves. I'm trying to get these, come on. I just want to be at an angle. I seem to have broken some leaves. That's okay though, I don't really care. That's fine. They'll get held in place a little bit by the resin here. If I can get them into get it into the right spot, that is. And not the cat hair. I don't need the cat hair in here. Come on. I'm trying to get it so it doesn't like just stick to the other one. I don't want that. I want it to be its own distinct leaf. Come on, leaf. Be distinct. And also stop getting in my way. Okay, so I'm going to try and push this over to the side a little bit. Oh. Okay, come on. I'm hoping that this works out. Luckily, I made a few extra of the little holly berries. So if this doesn't work out, that's fine. I can make another one. Alright, there we go. No one touch it. It's roughly where I want it. We're going to leave it. Alright, let's do our stockings here as well. And these ones I will do all the way up because I want the polymer clay to be completely covered. So we're gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna add a little bit of resin first, just so that I can make sure there's no air bubbles trapped underneath it when I put it in. Alright. I really should probably start divvying that up, because if I leave it in that big mixing cup for too long, it will start to okay, cool. Let's get that in. If I leave it in the mixing cup for too long, it will start to get warm and try to harden. Okay, cool. Got that one in there. Let's get this one in there. Cool. And let's fill those up all the way. There's a cat hair in the way. Don't need a cat hair in there. It'd be unfortunate if there's a cat hair in there that was super obvious. I do still end up with cat hairs and things every once in a while that I don't notice. And it's just like, oh, darn it. And we're going to give these a minute to let air bubbles rise to the surface once I fill them up with a little bit of resin, because there's a lot of spaces for air to get trapped. So I want to make sure that these actually have enough resin in them. So we'll give those a minute. Set those off to the side for now. All right, let's continue with our bits of resin. All right, I think, so this one's going to be for the D20 and then also our dirty pour there. So we want probably 10 milliliters at least. Probably not that much, but I'm gonna go for that. I'm gonna go for 10 milliliters or so, and we're just gonna make some black resin. I've just realized that I need a different. What's that one? Okay, that's closer to 15, but it's fine. And then we'll do, 2.5 of each of these. Shouldn't take a ton. Shouldn't take a ton of these different colors. Because we're doing a few dice, but it really, I don't know, we have enough different colors here that once you add them all up, it'll be plenty, I think. Plenty of resin. Alright. And then we've got our silver here. We'll get about 12.5 maybe. 10, 12.5, somewhere in there. That should be good. And then, is that pretty much everything? Oh, and then we've got these that are going to have some clear as well. Alright, let's start mixing some stuff up. I think, let's do our brown first. Our brown with our like our coffee or tea or whatever this is going to be with our cream. And the reason I'm going to do this brown first is because I want to give it time for the stuff to sink in. And also I want to get to the brown for the other dye so that we can add the clear on top. So let's get that all stirred up. And then this is going to be brown. And I think the color is not completely accurate to what it's going to be when it cures. Because it turned out super red, but it didn't really look that red, I think, when I poured it into the mold. So let's do 2 drops of orange. A little drop of blue. I'm going to stir that up and see how that looks for a brown. I need to get that completely stirred because at the moment it looks rather blue. Actually, it looks almost gray. Yeah, that ended up a little bit cooler tones than I would have liked, so we're going to add a little bit more of the orange. Because a brown is really just like a dark orange. Yeah, I guess I should have thought about this because if you mix, complementary colors, you kind of end up with black. So let's add a couple more drops of orange because we were really just trying to desaturate the orange a little bit and make it a little bit darker. So let's see if we can do that. That's what we're trying to go for here. That's looking better. That's looking more brown. That's looking more brown. Alright. Yeah, I think that'll be good. Let's see if you can kind of... It's kind of hard to see the... Yeah, you can see the brown there. You can see the kind of color brown there. It's kind of a neutral brown. It's a cooler tone brown, probably because of the blue. But I think that is just fine. So let's pour that into our D10s here. And we're going to fill them up most of the way, not completely. Because we're going to add a little bit of white on top. That is super saturated with the mica powder. And that will then sink in. Let's do this. So we're trying to make kind of like a coffee. Kind of like a coffee or a tea or something like that that has cream that's on top sinking in. And I do want it to be, oops, not quite that much. I want to leave just a little bit of space at the top for the cream, but not a lot. Alright. There we go. I think that should be enough room at the top, and then let's add our white. And it's very saturated, so it should probably start trying to sink almost immediately, I think. And I'll put some over here. Alright. And I'm hoping that this will turn out a little bit better than the last one, which the last one doesn't look bad, it just doesn't look like coffee or tea. It's more of a wine color. I don't think wine and tea and wine and cream are usually the combo that people go for. Alright. hear the front door opening and closing. I wonder if my brother's taking the trash out or something. Alrighty. Alright. There's that. And you can kind of see things are starting to sink already. And I think I like that brown color. If it stays that color, that'll be good. It's good brown. Let me grab my little tray here. This is my little tray that I put things into the green tea and jelly hearts. Excellent. This is my little tray here that I put things into the pressure pot on. So I'm going to set this off to the side so that we can start getting some other things going. I'm going to spritz everything down that I've done so far with a little bit of rubbing alcohol just to break the surface tension and help pop all the bubbles. Alright, let me set these on there too. Alright, so I've got my brown now. I think next let's do our other mica drops, just because I want to have time for things to actually sink. And also because then I have clear resin that I want to put in this that I want to remember to actually put the clear resin in. That'd be good. I want to save the clear resin for that. Hopefully I added enough mica. I think I added a little bit more resin than I meant to. I think we're good. Let's check this one. Yeah, I think we have enough mica. I've kind of found that, like, if I scrape the bottom and it kind of leaves a little bit of mica down there, usually it's a good sign that it's really saturated with mica. Alright, and then this is just our multi-chrome here. I just want a little bit of resin here to kind of be able to move it around. Okay, so these D20s I'm going to fill with some clear. Fill with some clear. Maybe 2/3 of the way up at least. Maybe even a little bit more than 2/3. I want them mostly full. Not quite as full as I had the other ones even though, because I have, you know, 3 different kind of layers I'm going to be adding on top of this clear. But I do want it fairly full up to the top because I want this to be like kind of sinking through. I don't want like a layer, like layers of the colors. I want it kind of all coming from one side. Alright, I think that's good. Those are mostly full. I'm going to add some of the multi-chrome flakes now, which just trying to add some in there. Hi, Dr. Sci-Fi. How you doing? Long time no see. Yep, it's a dice night. To be fair, most nights here are dice nights. I was just talking about how I might turn Saturdays into game night, though. Alright, a little bit of like multi-chrome flakes, and then we're going to add some mica powders that are going to hopefully sink through. Alright, I think that's good. We just want a little bit into those. Alright, so the plan is we're going to add green. We're going to add our green mica and let that kind of sink, and then we're going to add our brown. So we'll see, but the idea is that hopefully it'll end up looking kind of tree-ish. I want it to look kind of tree-ish. And I might give it a minute to let the green sink in a little bit before I add the brown. So I think we'll set those aside for a second. I'm not going to put them on my tray because I do still need to add the brown. But I'll set those aside for this a second and come back to them in a moment. Let's see, while I'm doing this though, let's add... You're laughing at the evil skull still. I'll need to make a 4th one. I have them sitting right here. They're right here, Jen. There's also random little pebbles and a couple of snowmen in here. But I have the skulls are right here. They're so tiny. I think they're the tiniest skulls that I've ever made out of polymer clay. Alright, let's see how that looks with a little bit of white. I'm trying to make like a brown. I want it to be kind of opaque-ish, but I don't want it to be like super light or super dark. They're very small. I made polymer clay things yesterday for those that are just joining, including like a couple of stockings, and then I made some skulls and stuff for a commission. I almost feel like this needs a little bit of yellow, but I don't want to mess it up. How long have I been making dice? Do you mean tonight or in general? Like since I started making dice in general, or in general? A bit more than a year. I think I started in like June of 2020. So yeah, about a year and a third, I guess. I'm not allowed to discuss that cred stick. I'm afraid that is a trade secret. Can't tell you how many fairies died. There's all sorts of paperwork that I'd have to fill out if I disclosed that information. That did not add much yellow. Just trying to warm it up a little bit. This is so cool toned. I don't want it to be too red. I want it to be more yellow. Yeah, I mean that's kind of how it started. It was because I was in quarantine. I worked doing IT for 5 years, and then I quit my job to finish my degree, and then I finished my degree right after the quarantine started. I had another drop of orange. So you know, it was a little bit weird at that point. So I took up dice making, and then I didn't expect to make this a business, but like people were interested in buying dice, so it's just kind of snowballed from there. And I am so happy. I'm so happy doing this versus the desk job that I had for so long. I'm not built for a desk job, but I really enjoy it. I think that brown's getting a little bit closer to what I want, but it's still kind of a meh brown. Here, I'll show you. It's kind of a, it looks darker on there. Yeah, it's kind of a weird brown. I don't know. I'm gonna add another drop of white. But yeah. You've been slowly gearing up your Etsy store. This project running at this point, honest. Yeah. You're gonna have to remind. What do you make again, Dr. Sci-Fi? I know that we talked about this the last time you were here, but I don't remember off the top of my head. And I actually just moved my store off of Etsy, which is somewhat terrifying. But you know, I've been on Etsy for about a year, and there's just a few things just like oh, okay, yeah. I bet there's so many people that would be interested in stuff like that. I don't know. I think I made it too yellow now. I don't know. It's kind of a weird chocolate. It's like a milk chocolate brown now. I don't know if I like it or not. Oh, D&D tiles. Cool. Cool. You're doing like 3D printing to do that, or what sort of material are you using for that? I finally like figured out how to use the resin 3D printer that I got yesterday, and now I just want to make everything. Like I want to go 3D print everything on the little printer that I got. Laser cut. Oh, cool. MDF. Interlocking system to make it very modular. Oh, cool. I mean that's what you want for tiles like that. If you you said you don't have your store up yet, right, Dr. Sci-Fi? You don't have it up yet, but you're getting geared up to set it up. Is that right? Because I think that's a little bit better. It's a little bit warmer. Oh, your store is up. Feel free to drop a link in chat, or if you join. Are you part of my Discord? If you're part of the Discord, or if you want to join the Discord, there's a spot for like self-promo stuff. Feel free to drop a link in there too, because I'm sure people would love to check out what you're working on, since it's nerdy stuff. Yeah. Always excited to see what people are working on too. So, oh, thank you, Jen. All right. It's kind of a weird brown. I don't know if I like it. Awesome. And I'm gonna click on the link too, because I also want to see what you're working on. Oh, those are super cool. Those are super cool. Alright, let me go back to Twitch. Alright, there we go. Yeah. Well, that's super exciting. I'm excited to see what you make in the future too. Beyond the interlocking modular things. To be fair, that's right up my alley, obviously. I feel like maybe I should have used this brown instead. I don't know. I think it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Okay. This is fine. Okay. We're gonna dip these in clear. These are just little bits of like book page. I'm gonna put those into this brown. Oh, hoping to have them out within the week. Cool. Yeah. If you join the Discord, feel free to send photos and stuff in there too, because I'd love to see what you're working on. That's really what the Discord is for, is just so I can spy and see what everybody else is working on, because I love seeing people's arts and crafts projects. Let's be real here. I mean, to be fair, it was not my idea to start a Discord. You can blame Jen for that one, but like that's my reason for having a Discord, is just so I can see all the cool arts and crafts and projects that people are working on. So the idea with this set of dice, not this set of dice, but these two dice, was that they'd be like kind of book themed. That's why I was going for like a brown with like book pages. It's because it's kind of like, it's like the binding of the book, and then there's the pages. But I don't know. We'll see how these look when I pull them out. I'm not sure yet. You finished laser cutting the core tile set. Now you need to take store pictures and sort of. Oh, okay. Cool. Yeah, it sounds like you are ready to go. Okay, let's see if I can get things in there. I'll tear that one so it's a little bit smaller, because I don't know that would fit. That's very exciting. It's been a while. So what I've been working on recently is I'm trying to make like dice advent calendars, which is, I have all sorts of, that's why I'm doing all sorts of like random individual dice, is because it's going to be like a different die every day of December. Not every day of December, but up until Christmas. Every day of December up until Christmas. There we go. I can words. So I've been working on getting all of those made, so that I can, have them ready to ship before December, so that people can actually use the advent calendars. Alright, we're going to add our clear here. I'm trying to keep it so that the pages stay kind of separate. Alright. There we go. Cool. We'll see how these turn out, though. There's a few dice that I've been making, and I'm just like, we'll see how it turns out, and if I don't like it, we'll do something else, which is kind of the fun thing about dice. Like, I don't know, I enjoy the little bit of randomness or mystery, I guess, about how things are going to turn out. I can kind of tell, but sometimes you don't know until things come out of the molds. All right. There's those. Got a little bit of clear to the lids here. We'll set those off to the side to sit for a minute and let all air travel to the surface. This one goes with that one goes with that one. Okay. Alright. We've got random brown left over. Set that over with our random green that's left over. Let's add our brown now, I think, to our D20s here. We added our green. I'm actually going to kind of scrape some of this green away so that we don't have so much extra resin. Oh my goodness. I overfilled them a bit, maybe too much even. Because I want there to be, green in there, but I do also want there to be the other colors too. So we're going to add a little bit of our green, our brown pigment on top of this. We're trying to go, we're going to see if we kind of make a tree I don't know. We'll see how it works. So I'm going to add a little bit of brown now as well. And we'll see if that kind of sinks down into the middle of the green. But I don't know. It's an experiment. Let's put this down. Just break surface tension there. And then I'm going to add a little bit of brown to the lids. And we'll set these off to the side to let air rise to the surface and let things sink. Move things over. And I've got a little bit of brown left. Alright, let's do these D10s. Yes, we'll do these D10s. Actually, you know what? How thick is the resin? Those ones will be fine. I'm going to do, I think, I might do the commission one next. So I have a D20 here that we're trying to get to. We're doing kind of to match these dice, but it's a D20. And for dirty pours, we put all the colors in the same cup and then pour that into the mold. You know, the resin can be a little bit thicker. It'll help kind of differentiate the different colors. But if I have the resin too thick when I'm doing this kind, where I put the ink on top, the ink won't necessarily like quite spread where I want it to. I think it'll just sit on top a little bit more. Let me grab a stir stick here. But we're gonna, I have black here for a couple of different things. Oh, all right. Yeah, we're gonna get the black mixed in. I think that's plenty dark. We're gonna use this for our little space repours as well. I had a couple that didn't really turn out when I made some space dice the other day, so I'm gonna remake some of those as well. I don't think I need too much for that. Alright, so we've got our D20 down, so our highest numbers at the bottom, because I found that usually when I do it like a dirty pour, the best looking side is the one that's on the bottom. And so I'd rather have the one be the kind of ugly face. I used to do it opposite because I figured that the highest number should be the one that looks different. But now it's just like, the highest number should be the one that looks the best. So we're going with that instead. Alright, we've got our black here. And so for a dirty pour, there's, different ways to do it. I'm going to pour most of the black resin here into this cup right here. Because we need a bit of resin that's going to go into the D20. I think that should be enough. And we're going to take our colors, and we're going for kind of a rainbow here. We actually only really need 3 colors for our rainbow. We're going to do pink. You can't really see that yet, and we'll fix that. And yellow. Get my yellow open. Oops, I kind of dropped 2 yellows in there. That's fine. And our blue. Man, isn't that just so colorful? Here, I'll show you what we're going to do. I have my white ink here. I'm just going to take a drop and put it on the pink and the yellow and the blue. There we go. Now you can see those colors there. And then the idea is that when we pour this in, those are going to kind of swirl together and we'll end up with all of our other colors as well. So we're going to go ahead and do that. And I'm just going to pour this in. You can see all of our different colors there. You can kind of see some green and some orange starting to happen as well. I'm going to try and kind of swirl things a bit. That's why I'm moving it back and forth a little bit. And then actually, looks like we could use some more color here maybe. So let's, we're going to add a little bit more color. Still got some blue there. We can add maybe a little bit more yellow. And a little bit more pink and blue too. Hopefully I have enough resin here, to be honest. I might need to add a little bit more resin. You want to slurp the resin? I don't think it would taste very good, Jen. Don't think it tastes very good. Just a hunch here. Doesn't smell the best, probably wouldn't taste the best. I mean, I could be wrong. Oh dear, I've just put a hole in my lid. Could be wrong, maybe it tastes delicious. The MSDS sheets are lying to us. But let's, add more color in there. And of course, if this doesn't turn out exactly how the person that ordered it wants it, I'll make another one. Like, that's kind of my thing on commissions is you get up to 2 free repours if it doesn't quite turn out how you want it. To be fair, I say that, but really, like, if it doesn't turn out how I want it, I don't even send photos, I just repour it. Darn it. Do I have enough resin? Oh man, if it actually stays looking like it's looking at the top here, it's gonna be pretty cool. Trying to get all the rest of this resin in here. I'm hoping that I have just enough, but we'll see. I might need to add a little bit more black and some more color. Actually, you know what we could do? I'm going to add a little bit more black at the back here, and it'll push that color forward, I think. Maybe. We'll find out. Alright, just a second. We're just going to steal some more of the black resin and then add some more ink to it. But I don't want to add too much, to be honest. So, too much of the ink, that is, because I don't want to, like, overpower it so that it ends up all, let's see if I can show you how it looks at the moment, though, because it looks so freaking cool. You can kind of see it there. If I look at all those colors in there, I can see that. I hope it stays looking kind of like that. I'm just gonna add. I'm just gonna add the blue and the pink, I think, because I don't want to add too much color here, and we do have quite a bit of yellow already, so I'm not too worried about it. But I don't want to add so much. I should probably add the yellow. Do I want to add the yellow? I'm gonna add the yellow. I might have. Oops. Well, I just added way too much yellow. That came out of the thing way too quickly. But I might try and disperse some of this so that it doesn't all end up just on the surface area. That's fine. All right. Let's get the last little bit of this poured. That is kind of the fun thing about dirty pours like this, though, is like they always end up different, which is fun. Like, you can get them roughly the same, but they always end up different. And then also, like, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, I can't remember what I was going to say. They end up different. Look at the cup. It's so pretty. But also, I really hope that it stays like that, because it ended up looking really cool on the top. It doesn't want to focus on it. Anyway, you can kind of see. It is very colorful on the top. Alright. I'll set that off to the side, and we'll let that sit for a minute. The cup here is so pretty. Alright. And then, let's see, what else do we have here? Still got a bit of resin in here, actually. We've got our space ones. We've got our gold. Let's just fill in our gold. This is just, I'm just making gold resin to go with some dice that already have half of it filled in with black, with gold glitter. So these are just simple kind of half and half sort of ones. And this half is gold. Let's fill these in. I see a cat hair. Go away. I got it. All right. It is away. Yeah, and these are, and that's pretty much it for that one. Got a little bit of that left. Set these off to the side now. Alright, we've got these which are going to be solid silver. Let's see if we've got enough mica powder here. Yeah, I think that'll be fine. Yeah, that's perfect. Nice and silvery and pigmented. These ones should be simple too, because they're also just going to be a solid color. How much resin do I have left? 10. Alright. So let's just do these as well, since these are just going to be easy. These are little blanks. I'm going to make some more Minecraft kind of themed dice, like the ones that I made for a friend a while back. So these are going to end up being diamond blocks, but for now, just going to be kind of a dark silver color as a base. And then I'll paint over the top of them. Let's get all these filled in. I was going to say, I feel like this is going faster than normal, but no, it's been 2.5 hours. It's just been fun, I guess. There's been people here to chat with, which always makes things go by really quick. I wonder if I should sand more things. So, I got a bunch of things sanded earlier today, but I also got a third tumbler for polishing things. Day before yesterday, I finally arrived in the mail. So I need to try and get that set up, but it also means that I need a lot of things to sand. But I think I have enough stuff at the moment, so it's not too big of a deal. I'll get more things sanded tomorrow. I rearranged my schedule. Thursdays used to be my day off, and I worked Saturdays and got things sanded and streamed and worked on resin stuff. But everyone else has like Saturdays off, and so if I want to try and do anything with like my family or anything, that's when they're available is Saturdays. It's like, okay, fine, Saturdays will be my day off so that I can spend time with people that have Saturdays off. So now I'm going to start working Thursdays, and I think that'll be good. It'll give me a chance to get more things sanded. Because now that I'm going to have three polishing tumblers, I'm going to need to work on sanding things more. I need to have more things sanded so that they can be polished, which will be good. I did the math. So I had kind of laid out a plan for myself, like how many things I wanted to have done in a month of like various items. And then I went and did the math recently, and I was like, oh, I can't actually get this many things polished in a month. Like just estimating. It's like, well, all right. So I guess I gotta get a third polishing tumbler if I want to get things done. There's no way it can happen otherwise. How did I get? Oh, there's a little piece of like pink resin that just like flaked in there. Alright. So a couple of things that we have left. I just realized I didn't really have any silver left. Well, that's fine. I think we could scrape up the last little bit that's in the bottom there and use that. Because I wanted some more silver for some crystals. Because we've got a couple of crystals that we're going to make and see if they'll work for that commission I was talking about. And then I have a set of galaxy dice. And then I actually have some leftover resin here. I don't know what we want to use that for. I have my Franken dice over here. We'll fill those in with some of the leftover resin and things. Oh, good. We've got silver here. So let's add a little bit to our red. Oh, you know what I should have done, Jen? I should have used those new multi-chrome powders to see how they would look as the little crystals. Well, I'll do that, just not tonight. For now, we'll just have shimmery red and blue. Because it might have been cool to There's still time. It's okay. I'll do it, what is today? Today's Wednesday. I think Monday's when I'm gonna... No, I'll do it. I think Monday's the next time I'm gonna probably pour resin. I'll do it on Monday. It's not like I don't have other pieces to that I'm still working on. I think there's time for me to try. To be fair, I am kind of testing something here. These might be too big. So I'm gonna make the crystals and then I'm gonna cut them in like half or make them look, shorter. But they might still be a little bit too big. They might be too big around. So we'll see if I end up having to like 3D print some or something. We will see. All right. So we've got our little crystals. Might as well just do those. We've got a little silver one here. I'll do that to the smallest one. To be fair, which part were you thinking of using the powder for? Oh, I need to try out all of those powders anyways. I need to do like little test things to see how they look in resin. I need to make my paint chips for them, which, if anybody's not familiar with my paint chips, it's just like little rounds of resin that has all of my different pigments that I've tested in them. But I need to make some paint chips for those to see how they look, because I feel like there's a few different places that those could be used in the design. They could be used in the storm cloud for the lightning. They could be used with the crystals. They could be used with the magical energy in the wizard's tower. I feel like we've got lots of options here for where that stuff could be used. I'm not quite sure. For the storm clouds. Oh, okay. Perfect. I can see that being pretty cool. That makes sense. But also everywhere is correct. I'll make little paint chips for them, and we can see what looks like it would match. That's true though. That could be really cool. I was talking with my brother because there was a couple of different ideas I had for the storm clouds, and I was trying to figure out how I wanted to do those without like blocking everything. Cause that's a thing. Whenever I try to do like mist on a die. I can plural and singular. Whenever I try to do like mist in a die, if I do like too much white, it kind of obscures everything, which isn't really what you want. So I want to figure out how to do it so that you can still see everything. That's the hard part. Keeping everything visible. But also you want it to be visible too. So it's a balancing game. All right. Let's see. Starting to get a little bit thicker here, maybe. Let's get our hairs out of there. Oh. I really like working with resin. It's a lot of fun. I was just thinking about it because I was thinking about how I've been making some soap recently. Because I made soap before I ever did resin stuff. And it's fun, but it has its own issues with having way too much of it left over. And having a shelf life. But, I think I like resin more than soap. And I like both of them, but I like them kind of, I don't know, I feel like resin has some things that soap doesn't. Longer shelf life is one of them. There's more, you can make things like one at a time. Like you can make kind of unique things, I guess, which is kind of fun. I guess that's not as important to me, but I think the shelf life is really what it comes down to. Both of them are really fun because you can kind of experiment with materials and stuff. I'm less worried about the resin, I guess, too, because if it doesn't turn out, that's a couple pieces probably that you know, you just throw into the didn't turn out bin, but, you know, soap, you just end up with a big mess. So, I don't know, I enjoy doing resin. I'm glad that I ended up doing this. I've done a little bit of resin. Actually, you know what? I just realized that it's really kind of... I really got into resin when I started doing dice, which dice is not maybe the best thing to start with resin. I didn't start with dice. I had done a little bit of like jewelry and stuff with resin. I'd worked with it a little tiny bit before doing dice. But really the first like major thing that I started doing with resin was dice. And they are okay. Those of you that have made dice probably know that dice are a bit of work and take some precision. But maybe not the easiest thing to make resin-wise. There's a lot of just little pieces. I actually almost, you know, I started making dice because a D&D buddy was talking about it, and I was just like, I've done a little bit of resin stuff. I bet I could do that. Something that almost kept me from actually like going and getting masters and actually like trying to make dice was like, oh man, the sanding. I'm like, I don't have the precision for that. I don't know if I could do that. And then like, I don't know, I just got used to it. You get used to it after a while. You're just like, I don't know, you get in the swing of things and you know what you're doing. That is something that's it's so nice. So I've said before that there's two things that I think I'm good at, and those are painting and singing. But I do think that I actually kind of know what I'm doing when it comes to resin now. Like, I do have more confidence now than I definitely did like a year ago. I do actually feel like I know what I'm doing. I still make a mess, don't get me wrong. But I do actually feel like I'm pretty good at what I'm doing. Not always. Sometimes I'm just like, what am I doing? But I've got some excellent cheerleaders. Oh, and it's there's a satisfaction to like getting better at a skill too. Like I definitely know that I've gotten better at this. Like I've gone back and looked at things that I've made in the past and just like I could make this so much better now. And that was the same thing when I took the voice acting class like a year ago. Actually, that was probably more than a year ago. It was fun. I took a voice acting class on via Zoom, and I was not good at it. I was okay at some of it. I feel like I was good at commercial stuff, but character stuff I got lost. Commercials I could do though. Thinking, yeah. We'll see how those work. Those are just kind of single crystals, but I don't know. We'll see. I might end up maybe 3D printing something or something to try and get closer to what we actually want. There are many benefits to commissioning a diorama. Wow. Bringing in highly specific memes. Oh, is that a meme anywhere but Tumblr? I'm just benefits teeny. There's something fun about like objects that are super small or objects that are big, like things that are like undersized and then things that are like oversized, like a giant spoon. It's just there's something endearing about that, and there's something endearing about like a little tiny spoon. I don't know what it is. It's just like this thing is not the size that it is supposed to be. I am enjoying this project though, so yeah, for those who are curious, Jen in the chat commissioned a jumbo D20 that has lots of pieces to it. Lots of pieces. But it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. I enjoy doing like little diorama things. I just, like I said, I have to actually think about them, and then that takes too long. I've only got 3, so I'm just adding all of this to the same cup. You're excited about glitter only, and also tiny. Yeah. These ones will just be shimmery, but I'll come back, like I said, I'll come back on Monday, and, well, actually, I'll probably take a look at these and see how they compare scale-wise, because I think they might be too big, and then we can come back and try something with some little tiny crystals. Because to be fair, I could 3D print like a little tiny crystal cluster and then make a mold of it, and then we could make them out of resin with the multi-chrome powder. You're like Grog, shapes, colors, and women, but it's glitter, tiny things and girls. And the color blue, can't forget the color blue. Oh, wait. Yeah. Alright. How could you forget? I'm just going to spritz everything down over here. There's a whole bunch of bubbles on the surface here. Let's just spritz those down now. Alright. You can tell your brand! You can tell which one is the new mold and which one is the old mold. Look at the difference in color between the new mold and the old mold. I probably should toss out this D8 mold. I was actually looking through things day before yesterday, and actually pulled out some molds that need tossed. So first, it's not a first, but alright, start pouring this in. I'm trying to switch kind of between them so that I don't end up with just like all black in one, all blue in another, and all pink in the last one type thing. I'm trying to get some of every color in all of them. Alright. And I want to overfill them just a little tiny bit, because, you know, I need a little bit of extra resin there that's going to fill in any gaps when I put them in the pressure pot. And I squish all those bubbles down really small. A little bit of extra. And a little bit of extra there. And then let's add a little bit to the lids. I have music stuck in my head, which, I mean, to be fair, is fairly common. When do I not have music stuck in my head? Alright, let's fill in a little bit there. Alright, we got a little extra resin in there. That's fine. We're going to spritz these down. Set them off to the side as well. Let them sit for a minute. Okay. And I think that's everything, but I've got a bit of resin left. So let's maybe, I might have enough for like a set of fate dice or a set of D6s. So let's maybe do that. Let's fill in these first. These are the Franken dice. So let's fill them in. Oh, what's this? Oh, thanks for following, Fist Daniel. Alright, let's see, what colors on here? Let's add some blue and some green, I think, to this one. And we'll call that one good. So these are the Franken dice where I have just a whole bunch of layers of various colors in here. And I've just been using all sorts of leftover resin, really. So So let's do that for this. I'm going to do blue and green because I want like 2 colors at the end here. I think that'll be interesting. I have mostly like solid colored layers. It's really fun to throw in something a little bit different. But not random cat hair. There's always random cat hair. Darn it. Get out of there. Okay. Did I just add more? It's quite possible I just added more cat hair. Who knows? Alright, so we're going to add a little bit of green and we'll add like some blue if possible. If there's any left in here. Scrape out the dredges of this cup. The dregs? Dredges? Dredge out the dregs? Something like that. Alright, and that one looks like it's all set. Let's set that one off to the side. And actually, before we do anything else, this looks like it could use a little bit more clear. This is one of the stockings. Yeah, our resin's starting to get a little bit thicker here, so we probably want to start wrapping things up. Our other one's actually looking like it has probably enough blood. A little tiny bit more. Okay. That one, let's do brown maybe? We'll do brown and brown, I think. We'll do brown and brown, because I have 2 different browns that I just did stuff with. Yeah, I hope it stays this brown color, because I actually don't mind this brown color. It's kind of a warmer brown tone, but it's not like super red or anything. Alright, there's a D20. So we've got some resin left over. Let's see, what do we want to do with all of this? Man, that's so pretty. Let's do probably a spare D6, because I used to do, that's a D8, I grabbed the wrong mold. I used to do, well, I still do bonus D4s with orders, so like if someone orders something from me, a set of dice, then they get a D4 with it. I'm live on stream camera, what do I want for Christmas? Ousting me on Maine. World peace. I don't know. I have no idea. I'm always bad at thinking up what I want for Christmas, but I'm also not like, I always feel weird getting gifts from people in general. I don't know. I always feel awkward getting gifts from people. I don't know. Man, I don't even know what to tell my family on that question yet. I guess I gave my grandma an idea, but that's because I want a white button-down shirt. Okay, so I had, you're very gift-oriented. I know you're very gift-oriented. I'm very much not. Like, I'm so bad at that stuff. I'm trying to add, I wonder how this is going to work. So this is all of the, no. That's something I'll get, I've already told my grandma that one. She's got dibs. Man, I don't know. I haven't thought about it too much. I don't know. For the most part, I've just been, I'm like, if I need something, I'll just go buy it. No! No, to be fair, I'm looking for something kind of specific on that one. But let's get rid of the rest of this resin. I'm trying to add all that rainbow resin in here and actually have it show up as rainbow, but we'll see what happens. I might add like the rest of the red or something on this one. Maybe the red and the green or something. You know the perfect places. No, I don't know. I don't know. I'd have to think on that. Oh, alright, there's that. I'll have to, do not be surprised if you appear and ask again. Oh, I won't be. I'll think on it for you, Jen. But you also do not. It's you, Santa. It's okay. I don't need anything from Santa. It's okay. I'm adding the rest of the red to this one as well. I figured that kind of matched. You could add a little bit of the green. I think that'll. I'm going for kind of bright colors here to go with the bright colors of the swirl over there. Santa gender neutral. I mean, that seems fair. That seems valid. Alright, let's see if we can get this filled up. I'm curious to see how this one turns out. It might end up super ugly, but maybe it won't. Maybe it won't end up super ugly. I'm going to hope that it doesn't end up super ugly. I'm not going to expect that it doesn't end up super ugly, though. Since I'm adding the green and the red right next to each other. You never know when you add green and red right next to each other. Trying to add a little bit to the lid, though. It'll be pretty. Watch. You demand it? Yeah, yeah. I'll go look through my, you know, I have like a wish list for myself on Amazon. I should go look through that and see, get people actual, like, I should get my family and stuff actual gift ideas, because I don't know. I always hate asking for things, just in general. I need to do my Christmas shopping too. I don't know. Run to Amazon. I don't remember what's on there. I don't know if there's a way for you to find it even. I think it's public technically, but I don't know if you have to have like a link to find it. Oh, have a good night, Krista. Yes, I did make these molds. Fitz. Or do you prefer Fitz or Daniel? Let's see here. Let's see here. Let's press that down. Yes, I might do another like mold making stream at some point. It's been a little while, and honestly, I need to make more molds. I've been kind of putting it off a little bit because I don't really enjoy making molds all that much. Let's see here. Let's see. Do I have enough? I might have enough for. Let's try some D6s. I might have enough for some D6s. We'll see. Let's see. Let's see if I have enough to put into the for 2 more D6s. It might be a set of 2. We'll see. Am I gonna have enough? That's the real question. I might have enough. We're gonna go for it. We're gonna go for it and try and fill 4. So I usually try to do D6. I can't talk. I try to usually try to do like D6 sets in like at least 4. At least groups of 4. So let's see if we can fill in 4 molds. I don't know. We'll find out. But we'll at least try. Just use up the rest of this resin. And then we'll get the lids on and I'll go put them in the pressure pot. Alright. There's those. Do you do any resin stuff, Fitzsamuel? Yourself? You just began a few months ago with resin. You invested in jewelry and a small box from polymer clay. Oh, that's cool. That's very cool. I haven't done any like mold making of polymer clay stuff. Yeah, I started out doing a little bit of jewelry. I did a little bit of jewelry before I started doing dice. Dice are a bit of work. That's very fun. Resin jewelry is fun to make. I should really do some more of it. What sort of stuff do you like what sort of designs and stuff? Do you have like a certain focus when it comes to your arts and your crafts? I guess to be fair, I guess I don't know what my focus would be. I guess dice, but like I don't know. I like bright colors, and I guess my thing is I like basing dice off of things, or basing resin pieces off of things. And then let's see if we can fit. I'm gonna add this. You're very new and you're mostly experiencing. Oh, okay, cool. It's really fun. To be fair, I've been doing dice for like a year, a little bit more than a year now, and I'm still experimenting. I don't know. I think that's one of the fun things about resin is like there's always new things to try. Like I've put all sorts of things in resin. I have little test things off to the side here, and they have things like cinnamon and turmeric and that sort of stuff in them. Just trying out and seeing what will happen. There's always new things to try, which is really fun. So I hope you enjoy the process and continue to enjoy experimenting too. All right, we're gonna add, I think, clear. Might as well add the green. I'm just adding everything to these. These are just kind of being the dump molds. Just throwing everything in here. Well, if you run into any like resin problems or have any questions or something, feel free to hit me up. I do have a Discord, which, you know, if you want to post photos of what you've made so far, or, you know, just go see what other people are working on and stuff too, that exists. Or go ask, you start with mica powder, now you're throwing gold leaf and trying to get color right, not smoochy. Yeah. I get you. Yeah, I really like both of those things. I feel like they're both so pretty. Mica powders are pretty, and then like what I really like is like doing like metal foil, like your gold leaf type stuff. You're doing like metal foil, and then also doing like an iridescent flake with it, like something like this. I feel like that looks really pretty together. Doing kind of like a combination of the things. I should do that more. Or metal foil and like a holographic glitter or something like that. Those always, I feel like it always just ends up looking so pretty. Oh, let's add our silver as well. Why not? Looks like everything else is doing good. I'm trying to make sure that each one of these gets all of the colors that I'm putting in, at least a little bit. So there's a little bit more silver. Oh, you just brought crushed glass multicolored. Ooh, I'd be curious to see how that goes. I know that like I found that like some translucent things, or at least semi-translucent things, even if they're colored, once you put them in the resin, they like disappear. So I don't know, like I feel like the glass might work. I tried doing like a glass glitter at one point, and it kind of showed up. It was also clear; it wasn't colored, so maybe that'll look really cool. I'd be interested to see how that goes. Feel free to, you know, love to hear how that goes. That could be cool. Oh, I just got, this isn't directed at you specifically, did I ever mention to you guys that I got a bunch of like metal scraps? Like kind of brightly colored-ish metal scraps to do something with in resin. I should really make some like jewelry or something with them because they look really cool. Oh, cool. Your English is fine. Your English is good. I am amused at the number of French speakers that. Yeah. I only know a little bit of French, I'm afraid, and I don't know that it would be Canadian French. I think it's France French. I don't know what the difference is, to be fair. But, no, your English is great. Alright, let's see. I think I'm going to have just enough resin here. I think I'm going to have just enough, which is good because this is getting rather thick, so we want to get the lids on here quick. Alright. Sorry, I'm trying to concentrate and make sure I get all of my resin in here, and I think we're good. Still got some brown resin left. Maybe we'll turn that into. No, I'm actually spraying out like just rubbing alcohol, just isopropyl alcohol onto the dice themselves because it will help pop the bubbles that are on the surface and kind of break the surface tension a little bit and helps them pop. This resin's starting to get a little bit thick though, so it's not working the best. But we're gonna give these a minute because they've got quite a few air bubbles in them. And then we'll start getting everything else all lidded up. I do have some brown left. Let's just do a D6, I guess. I'm just gonna do a brown D6. Why not? Yeah, a lot of people will use like a lighter or a heat gun to pop bubbles on the surface. And I just already had a bunch of rubbing alcohol, so I didn't really have either one of those on hand just immediately, so I was just like, oh, I'll just use rubbing alcohol. Doesn't set up the curing process at all. That's why alcohol inks are good. If you ever decide to invest in something for resin, for just like coloring the resin, and you want it to be translucent, alcohol inks work really well. They're kind of spendy though. You can also get resin pigments. They're a little bit cheaper, but you can't do the same things with them necessarily. I have both here. I need to order more alcohol ink actually for a couple of colors. But yeah, the alcohol-based things don't affect the curing, which is good. Because I know water will. Anything water-based will make it so that the resin doesn't cure right. All right, cool. We've got our brown here, and then I'm gonna use. Oh, I should have used that. Should use that here actually. I'm gonna change this. I'm actually gonna take the stuff out of this because I want it for this. This is a kind of like a like the base of like a keycap, and I want to have the brown here so that it can be like dirt, and I'm gonna put like flowers over it. So I think that'll be cool. So we're gonna do that, and then I think I'll grab out 2 of those, and then I'll put the shimmery brown in here maybe. It might have kind of a weird look to it. We'll see. Like I said, I've been doing this for a while, but I'm still making a mess, so it doesn't really hurt anything if there's resin left in that mold. It'll cure, and then I can scrape it out. Alright, there we go. And let's get these out of the way, and then get some lids on. The mess is part of the fun. You get me. You get it. Yeah. I've always liked making a mess. I always liked making a mess, even since I was a kid. I always loved like playing in the garden as a kid, like making a giant mud puddle in the garden. That was always the best. I don't know if there's enough here for a dime. Huh. That's just too high. Well, that's fine. We'll put this into here. It might not be quite enough, but we'll at least fill it up part of the way. I'm just trying to use up the last little bit of my resin here. So we'll just put it into a mold. Call it good. Alright. Whoa, what is that? Oh, you subscribed? Oh, thank you so much. That's so sweet of you. Thank you very much. I do really appreciate that. That's so shocking to me. Alright. But yeah, feel free to join the Discord if you haven't, and you want to either chat arts and crafts or show off your own arts and crafts too. Should be in the About section. I don't know if Jen or Omar are still here. If I can put it in the... Oh, thank you! Yeah! I recently switched from Etsy, so it's been a little bit of like... a little nerve-wracking, because it's just like... Oh, thank you, Jen! There's the Discord if you wanna join. It's been a little nerve-wracking, because it's like... all new to a certain extent, and I gotta like... try and drive my own traffic now, but it's been very exciting. Alright, so I'm going to spritz these down one more time, just pop any surface bubbles, and let's get some of these lids on. Alrighty, so we've got our D20s with our little stockings in them. I made little polymer clay stockings, and then I put them into these D20s. And these are actually like blank molds. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and I did Etsy for like a year, a little bit more than a year maybe. No, actually about a year. And it is a good way to drive traffic. Like, I don't know if it was, deciding to switch from Etsy was one of those things where I'm just like, am I making the right decision? Do I want to try and have to drive my own traffic? It's a little nerve-wracking. But also, I've been really enjoying, like, the freedom, sort of, to kind of design my own website and stuff, because that's kind of fun. But then, at the same time, there's certain functionality that's lost. I need to talk to a friend, actually, about getting like a reviews page figured out. Figure out how to, like, pull the information from individual... I don't know. I need to figure out how to set up, like, a reviews page. But I have a friend that might be able to help me with that. It's just not set up the same way as on Etsy, where you can get all of your reviews in one spot. For some reason, it's just... I guess it kind of makes sense, but I wish I could set it up so that all of the reviews are in one spot. Since I tend to sell a lot of one-off items, doesn't make sense to have the reviews on the listings. But pros and cons. I do want to figure out, that's like the hard part though. So like making the stuff is the fun part. Trying to sell it is the hard part. Like, I enjoy the aspect of it as it pertains to like interacting with people with like, as it concerns to the things that I've made. Like, I love doing like commissions and stuff because it's fun collaborating with people. I really enjoy that process. But also just like figuring out prices for things, figuring out like social media and how to like drive traffic and all that sort of stuff. It's just like, I'd rather just make things. I just want to make things. But, you know, if I want to eat, gotta hustle. Alright, we're just getting some lids on here. think maybe this finishes off the dice for the advent calendars. I think. I'll go back through my list and double check that everything's made, but... Okay, I'm glad I'm not the only one. Yeah, decision fatigue and getting this store going. Yeah, no. My thing is figuring out prices. Because, like, I don't know. I always want people to feel like they're getting their money's worth. But at the same time, I want to... Oops. It helps if I put that on the right direction. Right. But figuring out prices is just always like, I don't know. I usually go and try and figure out, like, what people are selling similar things for. But just, like... I don't want to, like, undersell myself, but at the same time, like, I want people to feel like they're getting their money's worth. But, you know, dice take, like, 3 hours to make at least, and take some specialized equipment. There's just a lot of factors that go into it. There's lots of things. But so I'm still, you know, not quite making a living doing this, and that's just because I'm not making enough items at the moment at the price point that I have them at, that even if I sold them all, I wouldn't be able to cover all my bills. I'm fine. Like, I've got some flexibility, which is good, but I'm still trying to, like, figure that out. But man, I really want to make this work. I really enjoy doing this stuff. It's really, even with all the hemming and hawing and figuring out the business side of things, I really enjoy doing this. Plus, it's fun, you know, like streaming and hanging out with all of you folks, and while I work on things. And I don't know, I really enjoy it. To be fair, I've always loved arts and crafts. Always loved arts and crafts. I've always loved the arts. Like, I always loved doing, like, musical theater and painting and not dancing. Couldn't do dancing. Actually, I did do dance as a child, now that I think about it. Was never very good at it. I'm not good at remembering steps to things. I mean, a lot of things, looking back, it's just like, oh yeah, I probably should have been diagnosed with ADHD sooner. Yeah, can't do choreographed dance because I just can't remember the steps. But, like... ballroom dancing I can do. I've done that, actually. I have a friend slash ex-boyfriend that was really into ballroom dancing, so I went with him a couple of times, and that was always fun. Oh, that might be fun to go do again, actually. We're still on good terms and everything. But I don't know. I've always loved the arts. I love hanging out with artists too. I feel like listen, you think about yourself opening a shop, Etsy or elsewhere, but you have really high anxiety problems if you're going to get set up. You set up yourself. I already say cure for your anxiety. To be fair, like, you don't have to sell stuff. Like, you can just do it as a hobby if you want to. Like, if you decide that you want to go that direction or you want to talk about going that direction, feel free to just message me on Discord or something like that. And I am more than happy to talk about the process or, you know, just tell you about how I have had things set up. Like, it's not like I'm a super good at it or anything, but, like, I've done it, I guess, for about a year now. So I'm more than happy to chat about it. Yeah, no problem. When I first started doing dice making, I think it was back before I even had my own molds or anything. I just had, like, cheap molds from the internet. I remember I messaged someone else who was making dice and was like, hey, I hope you don't mind my asking, but how did you make the, like, really thin lines in the dice that you just posted a photo of? And they went and, like, wrote out a whole, like, instruction with photos and everything for me, and it was so nice of them, and I'm like, man, I want to be like that. I want to be that person when I'm making dice and stuff. I want to be helpful to other people too, because I'm always excited to see what other people are working on with, like, arts and crafts and things. So it's just like, I want to be super helpful. It was very nice of them, yeah. It was very nice of them. I should go reach out to them, because I think they're still making dice. But I haven't, like, talked to them in a long time. Might be fun to go show them what I've been up to. But, I don't know. I was mentioning I did soap making for a while, too. And it was a similar sort of, like, camaraderie to it, where it's just, like, but it wasn't, like, what's the word I'm looking for? People weren't super competitive or anything. Everyone was just excited that someone else was making soap. So, like, I don't know. It's so much more enjoyable when you're just excited about other people making things. So, I'm always excited when other people are making things. Yeah. I'm trying to get these lids on. I don't want to squish them down too much, because I need to have a little bit of extra resin. I'm going to be putting these into a pressure pot. So I'm going to go put them into a pot that's sealed, and then I will add a bunch of air to it, and it will squish them down really, really small. Not squish them down. Squish the air bubbles in them down really, really small until you can't see them anymore. And so you need a little bit of extra resin. It's more enjoyable lifting the others up. Exactly. Plus, like, who knows what you'll learn from other people, too. Like, it doesn't really help anybody to have a chip on your shoulder. You've got a Makers podcast, Dr. Sci-Fi? Now I'm curious about your podcast too. But what was I saying? I can't remember what I was saying. This is a common occurrence. I don't remember what I was saying. I think it was something about being excited about other people making things. I was basically just saying that I was excited about other people making things repeatedly in slightly different wording, which is also a thing that I do. Oh, cool! If I click on this, is it going to play sound? The nerd party. Oh, cool! I will take a look. Now I have it. I have it. No sound. Okay, cool. I open it up, otherwise I will not find it later. So I just open it up as a tab. Alright, got those. Got these, which have our little holly berries and leaves in there. Not hailberry, holly berries. For our Christmas ones. This one's open at the top. And these ones are our I sound like a seal or something. Our little crystals. We'll see how those turn out. These ones have got quite a few bubbles. I don't know. I put these in while it was still kind of thick. The resin was rather thick at this point, and so I don't know if we're gonna end up with some air gaps in these. We might end up with some little bubbles in these. We'll see. But the resin's starting to get kind of thick, so I'm going to get as many of the air bubbles out as I can. Yeah, it's definitely getting to the end of the work time here. So, get those out as much as I can, get the lids on. And then I'm going to go put these into the pressure pot. So I think I need to fill up the air compressor with a little bit of air. So once I get the lids on, I'll probably call it for tonight, because that's loud. But yeah, thank you guys for stopping by. Glad we could hang out for a bit. Feel free to come hang out in the Discord if you want. I usually stream on Wednesdays and Saturdays. I will not be streaming on Saturday. I got some family stuff I gotta do, some prayer engagements. But I will be back next. Oh, I've got a photo of what you've been working on. On the left-hand side, there's a spot that says like arts and crafts. And you click on that, and then it'll open up like the arts and crafts section, and you can post a photo there of what you've been doing. Yeah, they should be. The labels are hopefully fairly self-explanatory, but you know, if you're not sure at any point, feel free to just post in general or ask. You know, people there are pretty chill. But anyways, I'll be back on Wednesday, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, same time as this stream was. And hopefully I can see you guys then. But I'm gonna head out for the night and go get these in the pressure pot. So bye!